It's been a crazy journey, man. Life's crazy, man. There's a lot of ups and downs and stuff in life, but I'm very fortunate that that God is always having my back no matter what, man. I just have faith in Him, and I know that with everything that goes on in my personal life and just in my life, I just gotta learn and just keep on adapting, and I just grow and I mature from it, but I know that I just gotta keep on fighting and keep on progressing, because that's life, man. Life, you're always gonna be going into battles, or there's always gonna be trials and tribulations, and I try to balance all that and add that into my training resume, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using that all as fuel and motivation so I can be at my best October 29th.
Pues tiene mucho significado, ya que es una buena oportunidad para seguir dándome más a conocer. Cada pelea en su momento tiene una importancia. En su momento fue la de Héctor Tanajara, contra un peleador invicto. Pasamos esa prueba, ahorita con la de René Alvarado igual, un ex campeón mundial, una buena pelea que me seguía posicionando, y gracias al ganar esa pelea se nos dio esta oportunidad. Y igual ahorita nos hemos estado preparando bien, porque sabemos que el aprovecharla seguiría nuestra carrera muy bien. Pues es una trayectoria muy larga, han sido muchos esfuerzos, muchos sacrificios, no nada más por parte mía, sino también de mi familia, de mis entrenadores. Entonces el ver ya ahorita toda esa cosecha que hemos sembrado desde hace años, pues es una gran motivación, y a seguir echándole, porque sabemos que cada vez el camino es más complicado, los rivales son más difíciles, las carteleras son más importantes. Ahorita es mi primera cartelera estelar, entonces tengo que igual aprovechar esa oportunidad para seguir estando en los primeros planos.
You know, William Zepeda came to Golden Boy by a mutual friend. We signed him a few years ago, and every time in the ring, he's proven. You know, he's a very talented young man with a lot of dedication, dedicated to the sport, and his strength is conditioning. I mean, he seems like a young man, a young fighter, a young athlete that's just relentless, doesn't get tired, and doesn't stop throwing punches from all angles. Every fight at this point is a test, and this is the biggest test of William's career, and he is facing now his second former world champion in JoJo Diaz, and he passed the first one a little difficult with René Alvarado, but René Alvarado's given everybody a difficult time.
William El Camarón Zepeda.
I'm the type of person that I want to challenge myself. Even if it's guys that say that they're going to be better than me, I want to just keep on competing and fighting at the highest elite level, and just challenging myself, fighting guys like Devin Haney, fighting guys like Javier Fortuna. I'm the type of person that I'll never back down from the fight, because at the end of the day, it's my legacy on the line, and that's what I want to go down as. Once I'm all said and done, once my career is over with, I want people to realize that I didn't back down from any type of fight or any type of opponent, and I wanted to fight the best, because that's what the fight fans deserve. They deserve to have guys fighting the best and fighting tough competitors. Zenith is my world, man. He brings light to my day. He brings just motivation to me every single day. And knowing that I have to risk my life inside that ring, I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, man, I'll do anything for that kid. He's my heart and joy, and I'm always gonna provide for him. I'm always gonna showcase to him that I love him and that I'm able to achieve and work hard, so that way later on in the future he could see all the hard work that I put in.
You know, JoJo's one of those guys that he's willing to fight anybody in the division. And with that, you take big risks. Along come wins, sometimes losses. But JoJo's the kind of fighter that he's young enough, strong enough, determined enough that he can learn from some of these falls, we can call them, and setbacks, and get right back up and get in there. His experience is going to play a big part, not only inside the ring, but outside the ring. The mental warfare that JoJo brings, because he's seen it, he's been there, he's done that. He's going to be trouble for anybody that steps in the ring with him.
Bueno, pues creo que lo que yo veo de JoJo es un ex campeón mundial, un peleador con experiencia, un peleador aguerrido, que tira golpes, que le gusta ir al choque. Entonces tengo que yo aprovechar mis armas. En cualquier momento él puede bajar su ritmo, ya que yo tengo más condición. Entonces creo que es cuestión de estilos, también de estilos de las peleas. Él pudo hacer un estilo de pelea con René, yo con otro. Entonces hemos ido trabajando en el gimnasio nuestra estrategia y la vamos a poner en práctica. Digo, desde su estilo yo sé que va a ser una buena guerra, desde su forma de pensar que también no le corre a rivales peligrosos, a buenos rivales. Entonces sé que va a ser una buena pelea. Me he estado preparando muy bien porque sé que viene con muchas ganas también él de querer seguir adelante, pero pues yo traigo más ganas.
I just been very, very eager to get back inside that ring, and now that I finally got that chance and I got that opportunity to fight again on DAZN main event in San Diego, man, I'm very, very eager to get back inside that ring. So expect fireworks come October 29th.
Pues el deseo, las aspiraciones que tengo, el sueño, que desde que inicié siempre me levanto con eso, de que por algo inicié en este deporte y que voy a echarle ganas para llegar a lograrse grande.
The need to win for both fighters. On one hand, JoJo needs this win to get him back into that world title mix. He wants to fight Ryan Garcia. He wants the big fights. He'll fight Lomachenko. He'll fight Gervonta Davis. There's nobody that JoJo won't fight. And with William, again, he wants to prove to the world, I'm ready not only for JoJo Diaz, I'm ready for the bigger names, the world champions, and take that world title back to Mexico. The fans do not want to miss this trick or treat on October 29th, because it promises to be a war.
And for more issues of Camp House, make sure you subscribe to the Golden Boy YouTube page to see all the episodes we've had with Golden Boy fighters. Back here ringside, Bethel Duran, alongside former world champion contender Ronnie Rios. As we get ready for our main event tonight, it's going to be JoJo Diaz taking on William Camarón Zepeda. That's later on the night. That'll be on DAZN. We're less than 15 minutes away from our broadcast to start, which features the Hawaiian Asa Stevens. You're going to have 4 fights for free here on the Golden Boy YouTube page, which includes our main event, as we call it, on Golden Boy Fight Night. San Diego's own Jorge El Niño Dorado Chavez and his fans are filling in inside Pechanga Arena. And I like his outfit tonight. It's going to have a little San Diego 619 connection. But let's talk about tonight's main event. Ronnie, JoJo Diaz, you know him. He's moved up from 26 to 30, now at 35. The power, as you get older, you start to develop. They say that man strength.
Yeah.
And especially now, the dad strength that he has his little baby Zenith. Is it real? Does he have that?
Yeah, it's real. And I think it also comes with more maturity. As you can see with JoJo, you know, he's a dad now. And you know, I was watching tapes and he's training and he's doing this for all the right reasons. So, you know, that's why I'm very anxious to see him fight.
And you're going to see a fighter in William Camarón Zepeda with a record of 26-0, 23 KOs. Mind you, in the beginning of his career against limited opposition, but as he stepped up and he stopped Hector Tanajara last year, he had a good battle with Rene Alvarado, who gives everybody a good battle all the time. Is this going to be a fight where it's going to be power against power, you think? Could we see that?
I think we're going to see back and forth. You know, I don't see this fight, too many of them going out there and trying to box us, like hit and move. I'm just going to see.
That's good for the fans, right?
That's great for the fans. That's why I keep saying that this has the potential to be one of the best fights of the year. And, you know, and what better way to get it in October? This is going to be an action-packed fight.
What about Camarón, who we know he has the power, evidence with his record, but the boxing ability, because JoJo, he can cut you with the angles, they give you the slick moves, especially the southpaw stance. Can Camarón box with JoJo?
That's a good question because JoJo has that amateur.
I think it's a good question.
That's a great question because JoJo has that amateur experience as well too, and a lot of people don't know that when you're in the amateurs, you learn a lot of different fights, a lot of different styles because you fight those different styles. You have to fight one style, then the next day you have to fight another style, and then the next day. So you adapt to all those different styles. Whereas I don't know about Camarón. Is he just gonna come forward? Is he gonna switch it up? There's a lot of different things.
Yeah, JoJo Diaz has a good personality. That's the main event tonight on DAZN. As always, the Golden Boy cameras are there to give you different kind of features. We saw one feature called Camp House. Now let's go behind the scenes with Joseph Diaz Jr. in A Day in the Life.
What's the deal, Golden Boys? Your boy Duno's World, you feel me? The infamous, the most low-key boxer to ever win a championship. Just know that's real. But don't fact check that anyways. Right here in the city of Ontario, we kicking it, we talking, we gonna fight, we gonna train, we gonna do anything and everything a boxer could ever do with our guy JoJo Diaz. So make sure y'all stay tuned and enjoy the video.
Today we're gonna put some hands on Duno Road. I'm feeling like I'm gonna bust his lip, maybe give him a bloody nose today, alright?
Whoop JoJo Diaz ass. He doesn't know. He don't know, but I've been watching I've been studying film sessions. I know what he likes to do and I know what he doesn't like to do. Just know I'm ready. I can't do all of that though, that's crazy. I think I can jump rope pretty good. Ooh. Oh no, hold on. Let me get it together, I'm gonna just follow everything you do.
Yeah, just stretch out, get ready to go.
Wait, you can't be moving around like that, bro. You gotta relax.
Hey, you guys talking too much, man. Let's get it. Come on. Y'all talking too much.
All right, ready? Do we do this? Yes, we do. Okay. I won, yeah. All right. What? Ooh. Ooh. Go. Run. I'm done. I quit. Don't touch me. Did I do it? Just gotta hit him and don't get hit. Okay. Hit him, don't get hit. Hit him, don't get hit. Hit him, don't get hit. Got it. No. His face is a moneymaker. JoJo, step away from me, please. That felt amazing. Let's get the pictures. Holy
That work, baby. We got that work. We got some balls, man. We got some balls.
I got shocked really hard.
He's getting there. He needs a little more, maybe like 6-7 more years, but he'll get there.
Yes, sir. We are right here with Golden Boy. We got JoJo. I just got my ass whooped, you guys. Oh my God.
Great work, baby. Great work.
How you feeling, fool? You good?
I'm feeling good, man. It was a good workout today. Just feeling great overall. Excited for this next comeback fight, October 29th. So I'm just preparing and getting ready for this fight.
What do you think is gonna be different from this fight than all your other fights you've ever done?
This one, I'm just gonna go out there and, expect a war. I know that this guy, he's 26-0 with 23 knockouts.
Yeah.
He throws a lot of shots, so I know that it's just gonna be a bloodbath. I know that he's just gonna be walking into shots and be taking a beating, man.
Yeah.
So,
What is your go-to meal before the fight?
a go-to meal before the fight,
Hot Cheetos?
nah, I wish, man. I don't have diarrhea, dude. Hot Cheetos are after the fight.
Hot Cheetos after the fight?
Hot Cheetos with some pizza and a nice cold Coke, maybe a nice beer too.
Boom, let's get it, my guy. I appreciate you. Yes, sir, baby.
What's up, man?
Yeah, that was good right there, huh? Oh, the like,
How you feeling? You sore?
a little bit. I still gotta go through like 30 interviews right now.
Damn.
Oh, everybody thinks that they can box until they get into the ring with a pro, right, Ronnie? You got that smile on your face. You're watching that like, I wish I could be there.
No, that's funny because, just looking at that video as a fighter, as a former fighter, you got to make things fun. You can't just go to the gym and do the same thing every day for 6 days, 8, 10 weeks. It gets boring. You got to make it fun. And just looking at that video, he made it fun, man. It was a fun outcome, and it was fun to watch.
That's Ronnie Rios. I'm Beto Duran. We're less than 10 minutes away from our first fight walking here inside Pechanga Arena in San Diego, America's finest city. The main event's going to be Joseph Diaz Jr. against William Camarón Zepeda. That's going to be live on the DAZN. The DAZN broadcast gets going at 5 o'clock Pacific. And a fight tonight that Ronnie's going to have a really close eye on is the co-feature. His brother, Alexis Rocha, is going to get back into the ring, taking on Jesus Ricky Perez. Now, Alexis this year had a big win against Blair, the Flair Cobbs. Even got a woo out of him as they went back and forth with each other. But you've seen the growth of your brother since he lost to Rashidi Ellis a couple years ago, his only loss. What's the attitude? What's different about this young man?
I just think now that he has a loss, he doesn't go into a fight thinking, what if? As a fighter, when you go into a fight and you have a loss.
There you see the highlights of that Blair Cobbs. His attitude has changed.
Yeah, his attitude has changed. He's looking at this a lot better now, and he's having fun with it, which in my point is more important because, this is a job, but this is a career too. So he's having fun with it, Look at the.
You're having fun. What a concept for some fighters, right? Some dads forget that when they're training their kids, that it's supposed to be fun.
It's supposed to be fun, man. We're in here for the love of the sport, not just because, we have to be here. It's like, it's the love of the sport. You got to go out there and have fun with it,
Yeah, and that's something you've seen that. That'll be the feature tonight here, the co-feature with Alexis Rocha against Ricky Perez. And Alexis Rocha is an interesting young man. I've noticed since he turned pro when Ronnie introduced me to him. And the thing about him is there's some fighters that love boxing. There's some fighters that box, but they hate it. There's some fighters that have no clue what's going on. We did our Golden Boy Insider with your brother. Yeah. And your brother has no idea about anything that's sports related, does he?
No, he doesn't. I'm the same way too. We were never raised in a household where everybody was watching sports. We were into like movies and TV shows, so I can relate.
The Golden Boy Insider, make sure you subscribe to the Golden Boy YouTube pages where I ask fighters about stuff that's not really boxing related. And the interview we did with Ronnie this week, his trainer Hector has a great affinity for the New England Patriots. That entire gym, all they do is talk about football. Drew, one of the cutmen, they about the Rams back and forth. Alexis looked at him like, what's going on here?
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
And that's where our Golden Boy Insider cameras caught a clueless Alexis Rocha. Welcome to another edition of Golden Boy Insider. I'm your host, Beto Duran, where we go behind the scenes with the fighter and ask him everything that has nothing to do with boxing. Today's guest, Alexis Lex Rocha. He'll be fighting Saturday in San Diego. And Lex, when people tell you, how was camp? How's training? How's everything else? You hate those questions, right?
Yeah, I hate them. They're very generic questions. Like, come on, you're going to really ask me that when I'm cutting weight? But thank you, Beto, for having me and doing this. I'm very excited to be here.
It's a cool feature that Golden Boy does because it's a chance for you to actually show some personality that's different from you. All right, so let's get to it. You're wearing blue and black.
Blue and black.
I've seen yellow, I've seen red, but never seen the blue. Why the blue color scheme this time?
Just something different. I want to step out of my comfort zone because I'm always wearing black with like a trim of something. I've done black, baby blue, but this time all baby blue and black.
All right. What? So like North Carolina or what? What's going on?
No, just different, something different. I like baby blue.
All right, looks good. Right?
Yeah,
Charger blue?
Good. Yeah, you look good and you feel good wearing it too.
All right. Now it's football season right now. Do you watch football?
I watch no sports, Beto.
No sports?
No sports at all.
Your trainer is the biggest New England Patriot fan.
Yeah.
I'm sure he comes into TKO Boxing every Monday and tells you everything about what happened with that team, right?
Yeah, all my coaches talk about what's going on, and I'm just there like working out, no clue what they're talking about.
You have no idea what they're saying?
I have no idea. Like this whole week we've been eating, walking around, they've been talking about baseball, football, and they asked me like, "Oh, do you even know what we're talking about?" I'm like, "Heck no. I don't know exact. I don't know anything you're talking about."
All right. The Chiefs, what city do they play in?
Kansas City.
Okay, you do know that.
Yeah.
The Raiders, what city?
I think they're Las Vegas now.
Yeah, where were they before?
Oakland.
Okay, and before that?
I don't know.
L.A.
L.A.
Yeah. All right. The Rams, what city are they in?
L.A.
Before that?
Not St. Louis. Was it? I don't know.
It was St. Louis?
St. Louis?
Okay, so you do know what's going on. So you can't say.
Somewhat, yeah.
All right. Do you know any players
Tom Brady.
Because?
Because my coach.
What team is Tom Brady on?
Now he's in the Buccaneers.
See, you're lying. Sandbagging
No, I know
over
some.
here.
I mean,
You do know.
Those are questions to get you by, but other than
Okay,
that,
so you can get by.
No, I can't even get by anything. This Tom Brady's the only person I know, and
All right, name another quarterback.
what's that Rodgers guy? Isn't it? No, Aaron Rodgers, isn't it? Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers, okay.
And
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, Aaron
All right, here we go. Can you name 5 quarterbacks in the NFL? No? You got 2 so far, Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Mahomes, Austin Mahomes. Wait, what's his name? No, Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Disney guy.
Austin's cousin, Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick's Mahomes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you a last name.
You see, I'm terrible at this.
He's in Kansas City.
Austin Mahomes is a Disney
Austin Wilson.
character.
And the best part is your crew is
They're
here.
right here laughing it
This
up.
is what happens at the gym. They just roast you, don't you?
Oh, big time.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we
big
got
time.
3 so far. 2 more. No, be looking for help. No, not Mike
that's
Trout.
Baseball.
2 more, Lex. Oh, man.
No, I don't know.
No?
I know.
At
I
all?
don't know.
But, okay, at your house, is there, like, sports being shown on TV?
No.
Novelas?
No, but yeah, once in a while.
Okay. All right, 2 more quarterback. What if I said Jared? Goff? No. Stafford?
Stafford, yeah.
Mike Stafford?
Mike Stafford.
Justin?
No, I don't know.
Herbert?
Speaking a whole language to me.
Yeah, okay, so this is legit, genuine. You have no idea.
I'm
Okay,
genuine,
we got you. 3. All right, what about NBA?
No.
No.
No, that I have no clue.
Okay.
Baseball either. So yeah, only boxing and UFC. That's all I watch.
That's good though.
Just combat sports.
All right, that's good though. Don't worry, we're not gonna cut this up and make a promo out of it at all.
I'll delete some of this.
There's no way that this is gonna be on the Golden Boy social media account. No, not at all. Right, Austin Mahomes, we're coming for you, Austin Mahomes. Good to see. Have you ever been to a football game?
No, never. I've been to a baseball game, and just a baseball game.
Never been to a Laker game?
No.
Do you know where the Lakers play?
Los Angeles.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's weird when people ask you these questions.
Oh,
right?
big time. I'm so thrown off.
Because you're an athlete, they expect you to know everything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you do then?
Watch movies.
What movies?
Any type of movies.
What shows are you watching?
Right now I just finished The Watcher on Netflix.
Oh, The Watcher. That's scary, right?
It wasn't too scary. It was just kind of trippy.
They're like sending you letters to the house and telling you to move.
Not that bad. Yeah, not that bad.
Oh, so you're not scared about people coming to your house and like just walking in the door, right?
No, I'm armed.
Oh, you're armed. Oh, man. Gun show over here. Alexis Roche, you'll see him Saturday on DAZN. Big sports fan here. We'll get you on Sports Jeopardy.
Oh, please don't. Yeah, you don't want to humiliate me like that.
Another edition of Golden Boy Insider where you learn something new about every single fighter. Tell you it's different, it's unique, and we love to see their perspective. Thanks for watching. Back here ringside inside Pechanga Arena in San Diego, moments away from our first bout, making their way to the ring. Beth Duran alongside Ronnie Rios. Oh, that must be a good conversation at home on Sundays, huh? It's just do whatever you want except for football?
Kind of. I watch baseball, football a little bit, you know.
No,
so.
All right, so his brother, Alexis Rocha, will be the co-feature tonight.
Yeah, no sports for him.
The main event, Joseph Diaz Jr. against Cameron Zepeda. Also, the women are going to go at it. IBF world title on the line with Leonela Yudica and Arely Musino. And then at 5 o'clock Pacific on DAZN, Todd Grisham, Sergio Mora, Chris Mannix will get you on the broadcast with a couple undefeated young fighters. Hector Valdez Jr. from Dallas, Texas, taking on Las Vegas's Max Ornelas. Our features here on Golden Boy Fight Night. 4 fights coming your way free on the YouTube page. And let's look at the schedule for tonight or this afternoon or this morning, depending where you're going to be. It's going to get going with the Hawaiian Ace Stevens from Waianae, Hawaii, taking on Shields, who's making his debut here out of San Diego. Then Nito Salvatierra, representing Westside Boxing, takes on San Antonio, Texas, Robert Ledesma. Norwalk, California's Japhet Lamido takes on veteran Pablo Cruz, which should be a really good battle. And then our main event here on the YouTube portion, is going to be San Diego's own Jorge El Niño Dorado Chavez, 3-0, taking on an aggressive Adrian Leyva from Houston, Texas. And before we get to Jeremiah Gallegos, our ring announcer, Ronnie, real quick, Jorge Chavez, a young man that you helped get to Golden Boy. Why do you like him so much?
I like because he's a hardworking guy. He's very elusive. He's very dedicated too. And just, you know, his boxing skills. He sparred with the best around. Yeah.
I'm not going to say who his main sparring partner was, but it was...
No, for this fight.
Before.
Before, I helped him out quite a few times.
He helped you, Ronnie. You were the one fighting for the world championship.
He helped me out, and then he sparred with a lot of other world champions as well.
Way to be humble right now.
Yeah.
We just did half an hour right now. Professional Phil, Ronnie Rios. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm having a good time. You know, I'm about to enjoy these fights coming up. Make sure you guys tune in. It's going to be an awesome packed show.
All right, now you're ready to talk about boxing.
Ready.
Now you're ready to see it. All right. 4 fights coming your way. Our ring announcer, Jeremiah Gallegos, who does a great job from Texas. He's ready to bring the fighters your way here on Golden Boy Fight Night.
And our boxing fans here from San Diego, California's Pechanga Arena, we are set for our opening preliminary attraction live on Golden Boy Fight Night on YouTube. This attraction, 4 rounds of the featherweight division. Introducing to you first, set to make his ring walk, making his professional debut here in his hometown, San Diego, California. Here is my Shaquille Michi Shields.
My Shaquille Shields from San Diego, making his way to the ring walk. His pro debut is Javier Razo is holding him in.
And his opponent ready to go comes in undefeated, the fighting pride of Waianae, Hawaii, USA. Here is Asa Ace Stevens.
Asa Ace Stevens making his way to the ring. As Ace Stevens, 21-year-old, born in Hawaii. Nito Boxing in Waianae.
He's getting a lot of good experience too. He's sparring up in Orange County as well too. So, you know, it's somebody I really want to see too.
His grandmother's watching right now. So how's it to everybody in Hawaii? Our first bout of the night. Asa Stevens and Shields in a 4-rounder here at Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California.
He has a good experience too in the amateurs. He had won a big tournament.
And all fight fans here from Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California. This is our opening preliminary attraction live on Golden Boy Fight Night on YouTube. 4 rounds of the featherweight division, and it's presented to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. Sponsored to you by Hennessy, never stop, never settle. Odds for tonight's fights are brought to you by Bet Online and by Masculine. It's a mentality. Don't be a man, be the man. The 3 judges scoring this contest at ringside are George Cruz, Jack Reese, Fernando Villarreal, and the referee, Jose Cobian. And now, fight fans, here we go. 4 rounds of the featherweight division. Introducing to you first tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, standing with trainer Christopher Martin. Tonight wearing white with trimmed in red and green. He officially weighed in 122.8 pounds. Tonight, he steps into this contest for the first time as a professional, ready to make his professional debut in his hometown, San Diego, California. Here is Marshall Michi Shields. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing with trainer Carlos Tanquero. Tonight wearing black with gold, he officially weighed in 122.6 pounds. His opponent enters his contest perfect. 2 bouts, 2 victories, with 1 win coming to you by way of knockout. No defeats. Introducing the 2018 Youth World Boxing Gold Medalist Champion, the fighting pride of Waianae, Hawaii, the undefeated Asa A. Stevens.
We will give instructions, protect yourself at all times. Mouthpiece in, second shot. Good luck.
As we get ready to go, our first bout of the night, Beth Duran, Ronnie Rios, and you. Thank you for joining us on the Golden Boy YouTube page, where you guys can interact with each other here in San Diego. Our first bout of the night in the black trunks, representing Waianae 96792. The zip code on his belt is young Asa Stevens. And Ronnie, you were back there talking with him, and he mentioned to you how he won a big-time tournament.
Yes.
As an amateur. Which one was it?
It was a youth. The youth. They just announced the 2018 youth, and I think he represent. Oh, the Golden Gloves as well too. He had told me he won the Golden Gloves too, which is a very hard tournament to win, especially, he at that age.
Yeah, you were impressed because that's the one you said they give you a big ring.
They give you a ring, yes, with your initials, and I think when I got it, it was like a blue rhinestone. So
you won it too?
Yeah, I won it too.
That's awesome.
But I don't know. At that, he won the youth. I won the national Golden Gloves. I think he won that same one too.
But regardless, it's hard to do, and Asa comes in with
Yeah.
a nice right hand immediately.
Yeah, nice jab. I like that jab because he's really feeling him out. He's feeling that he's closing in the distance. I really like how relaxed he is too. He sees everything coming too. You see, he's coming forward. He's coming forward. He's nice step. I like his foot movement. He can get in and out.
Asa Stevens in the black trunks. He's taking on Mashakurel Shields. He's making his pro debut. Shields at the age of 33. He's an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Who represent Box Azteca Gym in San Diego.
He was an MMA fighter that switched over to boxing because there's more coverage on boxing.
Yeah. As they also said to me yesterday, it's like they pay more. I'm like, hey, I ain't knocking you for that, bro. Halfway through the first round, scheduled for 4.
I like this matchup because there's 2 southpaws. They won't collide heads as if it was one southpaw and another right-handed.
Asa, who early on in his career is, this, Ronnie, when you go through it, it's you have an opponent, but then opponents fall out. Or you show up to a fight and all of a sudden there's no fight because the opponent didn't get approved or whatever it is, because of such a talented amateur background. And you can see how this young man has some goods.
What I really like about though is how he's transitioned from amateur to the professional ranks. If you see his style, he's not jumping all over the place. He's not just throwing arm punches, which in the amateurs, if you're not aware, you have to score points. So you just score points. In the professionals, you got to sit down on your punches, which I really like how he's doing it right now. You see how he's mixing it up, Beto? He's going to the body, and you see he's throwing that jab downstairs, getting his attention. I would want to see him throw a straight left after landing that jab downstairs for Stevens.
So we're looking for Stevens. So Asa Stevens is like, throw the jab.
Throws the jab to the middle, to the midsection, and he's bringing his Shields is bringing his right hand down. He's going to leave him open to a straight left if he keeps doing that.
He did that right there at the end of the first round.
Yeah, but what I want to see from Stevens is I want to see him sit down more instead of just throwing an arm punch. If he sits down,
So our first round is done. This one is 4 rounds between Asa Stevens and Shields. And after this, it'll be Jan Salvatierra, Robert Ledesma. So if you're watching us in Cabo San Lucas, saludos a la gente en Cabo San Lucas. And saludos to all the gente watching us in San Antonio, Texas. That's where Robert Ledesma is from. Then after that, it's going to be Javid Lee Lamito taking on Pablo Cruz. And then Jorge Chavez, Adrian Leyva here on the YouTube portion of Golden Boy Fight Night. Azteca San Diego Boxing Club is where Shields represents. Got to get the name right, first of all. Also have Chris Martin in his corner, veteran fighter. Good to see him. Got the ground alongside Ronnie Rios. All right, so Asa Stevens done with the first round, and it's been a while since he's fought.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you like that? Nice, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead,
nice.
say it, Ronnie. Look,
Yeah,
it's your first
nice.
time doing a broadcast. If
It
you
is.
say it's nice, say it, man. Have fun.
You see, with Stevens, I like how he's, like I told you, he's setting up the thing with his jab right there. Boom, up jab. He's doing something different, but I want to see him, too, also mix it up, too, and bring the straight left downstairs as well, too, because I think Shields is kind of expecting the straight left upstairs, so he's kind of leaning back, so he's catching him at the, see what I mean?
And he caught him right there. Dropped him here early in the second round as Asa Stevens knocking down Shields. And I think he was listening to you, Ronnie. That left followed after he gave him that jab, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So right now, if you're Stevens, what do you do?
If I'm Stevens, cut the ring off. Don't rush in, because, yeah, he's probably hurt, but, they say that nothing's more dangerous than a hurt fighter, so you also got to be careful as well, too. Walk him down. Don't let him breathe as much as he's letting him breathe, but walk him down carefully, too.
Asa Stevens, 21-year-old, representing Waianae. His grandmother's watching right now. That's just all of the 808. Oh,
nice.
Again, that busted him in the nose. Shields is hurting. He's trying to cover up. As Asa Stevens, he's sensing something. He's attacking. Asa's going after it in the black. He's jumping on Shields. Landing his shots is Asa Stevens. Getting Ronnie Rios to say, ooh.
Yeah. I want to see him cut the ring off more.
And there he's attacking. And I think that nose is busted because Shields is touching his nose. And he's trying to move around. He's hurting right now.
Saying just waiting, man.
Shields has him in the corner. He's loading up with the shots. That right hand landed from Asa Stevens, the 21-year-old is stalking the 33-year-old Shields here in the second round.
Nice.
Dig it to the body. Asa Stevens. He's sitting on his punches,
he's
Ronnie.
sitting on his punches, but you see, what I would like to see from Stevens is I want him to cut the ring off, get his attention upstairs by doing 1 or 2 pitter-pats and then exploding downstairs. Okay, get his attention upstairs and then explode downstairs. Right there.
Overhand right, and then followed by a left. He was like, actually, overhand left, followed by that right.
I don't want to correct you.
It's all right. Correct me all day long. You're the pro, Ronnie Rios. It's Asa Stevens doing whatever he wants here in the second round.
Totally. I still like how patient he is. He's still very patient. That's something that you can say, but it's very hard to teach, especially early on like this.
In your third fight?
In your third fight. He has him hurt, and he's not completely letting him go, but he's being more patient. He doesn't want to get hit with anything. Because also, too, you don't want to hurt somebody and blow your wad out in the second round.
Solid second round for Asa Stevens as he dropped his opponent, Shaquille Shields. Well, welcome to the pro boxing game, Shields. Let's look at the replay. And there you see the highlights, Ronnie. See, you tell me what you see, Ronnie.
He's patient, leaning back, up jab. Remember what I told you?
Yep.
Get it downstairs, boom, and he did it. It was a punch, but it was also him going back too. So, but that's what I keep telling you. He needs to cut him. He needs to cut the ring off better.
All right, so now we hear it all the time. Educate me, Ronnie Rios. How do you cut a ring off?
Go the opposite. Go the way he's going before he does. You don't want to go too far too because you're also gonna put yourself out of position too. So you gotta cut the ring off. If he's going to his left, you're gonna go to your right.
Gotcha.
And then make him go the opposite way so you can set him up for your direct left, for your straight left hand.
Inside Pechanga Arena in San Diego, right next to SeaWorld. Third round of action coming your way.
I like the sportsmanship, man. I like the sportsmanship.
The voice of Ronnie Rios, world title contender. Now making his broadcast debut, sounding solid.
Oh, thank you.
We got 3 more fights to go here.
3 more fights, man. Action-packed fights, and then I'm telling you that this card coming up next on the zone is going to be a possible fight of the year.
That main event's going to be JoJo Diaz and William Cameron Zepeda. The co-feature Alexis Rocha. Also the women going at it in the IBF flyweight title. Then opening up at 5 o'clock on the zone. Hector Valdez Jr., Max Ornella. Thanks for watching wherever you may be this Saturday afternoon. A lot of boxing going on around the world. Thanks for checking in with Golden Boy's YouTube page. Shields lands a shot,
Yes,
huh?
Shields is timing his jab. Stevens needs to confuse him because now he's timing his jab. He needs to open up with the straight left or loop at the left or something because now he's timing his jab. And once you get more experience and once you start fighting people with more experience, they're gonna be able to time that.
Stevens made his pro debut on the Munguia Rosado undercard at Honda Center last year. He won a first round KO. And then his second fight was against Francisco Bonilla with a record of 6-3. So they gave him a tough veteran as Stevens lands a shot. He won a decision.
Yeah.
And one thing about him, as he cracks him upstairs with that right hand. And Shields, his eyes are really big right now. He's getting cracked upstairs. Remember, he took a big shot at the nose in the second round. They don't want to give Stevens a fighter who is limited ability. So that's when they've been having trouble finding him, according to matchmakers for Golden Boy. And here is a fighter in Shields with an MMA background who told me, I want to make it ugly for him. I want to make it difficult for him. And he's kind of giving him those weird, awkward looks.
Yeah.
And Chris Martin in the corner, former fighter, just yelled at Shields that you're going to look back tomorrow, you're going to be pissed at yourself. They want to see activity from him.
Yeah, they want to see activity to him because he's fighting a younger guy. They more than likely want him to put him out of his comfort zone, make him come forward, make it uncomfortable for him.
Solid 1-2 from Stevens. You can see that amateur background too, right?
Good.
The calmness, the factor.
The calmness factor, he's But the thing about the amateurs, like in the amateurs, you don't really see calm too much. This is more professional rankings, the calm, the patience. This is more of the professional rankings. The amateurs, like you're only fighting 2 rounds, 3 rounds, so you got to score points. This is all pro right here. I just want to see him open it up, change it up, start off with the straight left or looping left, because he's obviously going towards that side, or check hook him.
You see the replay from Stevens. He's attacking.
Let's see, there's that check hook I was telling you about. And he landed it. I think you're talking about.
Having some fun here ringside as we get to the 4th and final round of our opening bout. Asa Stevens dropping Shields in the second round. Can Asa close it out here in his 3rd pro fight? And the wrestling here. Looks like he's trying to sit down his punches, huh, Ronnie?
No, he's sitting down his punches, which I like, but like I keep telling you, I want him to switch it up, start off with the left, Because Shields is already expecting that jab. There you go.
Are you the kind of guy that stays at home and watches the fights all the time, Ronnie, and gives instructions?
No. Like, I always think to myself, when I'm watching a fight, what would I do? What would I do? It's just the question as a fighter when you're looking in. Like, what would I do? Like, for example, Stevens. If I was Stevens, I would start off with a check hook and then straight right downstairs. But get close in because he's throwing him from a little distance and he's catching him at the end of his punches, which is not effective.
He's got the Ruka sponsorship, got Nito Boxing on the side where he trains in Y&I. Golden Boy really liking Asa Stevens. They signed him and his partner, Dallas Calliope. Dallas was supposed to be on the card today, but unable to secure an opponent for him. Just part of the role, part of the business for a young fighter starting off, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's, you know, it's terrible because as a fighter, you're always training, you're sacrificing, and
But you understand.
Yeah, and I understand. Next thing you notice, like, oh, sorry, we couldn't find an opponent for you, so go home. Come back next time.
But you got to stay in shape because
you got to stay in shape.
Get the call maybe next month.
Yeah, especially when you have this amount of fights. You always got to stay in shape. You always got to keep your weight down. To me, that's one of the most important things is keeping your weight down, because if they tell you, especially when you have less than 10 fights, hey, we got to fight for you.
Oh, big left hand from Asa Stevens. Wobbles Shields. Got Ronnie saying, ooh, ooh, ooh. What can we do with less than a minute to go?
Oh,
and that's going to be a push down. Referee telling him to push. And Shields' corner telling him go for broke. I think his nose might be busted.
No.
He's tough. He's game.
Yeah,
Shields
he's
has a record
tough,
of 33-0.
I think he might be a little hurt, maybe.
Asa leaving his hands down now with the
Yeah,
black
yeah.
gloves. He's feeling confident.
Feeling confident. He's probably happy that he probably has a decision in the bag now.
But you want to put on a show, too.
You want to put on a great show because you want him to call you back in a couple of weeks.
Weird style from Shields, but Asa Stevens figured it out. Controlled this fight with less than 10 seconds to go.
Oh,
Look at a little showboat, okay. His corner's liking it. And that'll do it for 4 rounds. Fight is over. Asa Stevens comes over. We are live in San Diego, California, working our way towards the main event of Diaz and Zepeda, the undercard here in Golden Boy Fight Night. Thank you for joining us wherever you may be around the world. All right, let's look at some highlights from the fight. Ronnie Rios, you walk me through it. What did you like, baby?
Like that he was using his jab. I like his patience. You know, I just want to see something. I just want to see him follow up that jab with a straight left or a looping left. You know, confuse him a little bit. But this is all part of the game. This is all experience.
There you see sportsmanship between the corners.
Yeah.
Asa Stevens. We will be talking to the winner of this fight once Jeremiah Gallegos announces who the winner is. We are in Pechanga Arena in San Diego. Not the casino. We're in Pechanga Arena right next to SeaWorld in San Diego, America's finest city. Slam Diego. Historic venue. As Jeremiah Gallegos, our ring announcer, is getting the cards from the judges. You got the Hawaiians making some noise for Asa Stevens. You ever been the first fight of the night?
Yes. No, or maybe like the third or fourth before. Well, before they didn't really let the crowd in. Now I see that the crowd's in.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, man, I really like this arena because there's like no bad seating in the house that I noticed.
Ladies and gentlemen, here from Pechanga Arena, San Diego, California, we now go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have this contest identical, 40-35, to the winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, the party pride of Waianae, Hawaii, Asa Stevens.
Congratulations to young Asa Stevens. Ace is his nickname. He wins with unanimous decision, 40-35, because of that second round knockdown. There you see the squad. Dallas Calliope, the taller fighter, who was supposed to be on the card today. The Hawaiians, I love that. The young kids, mean mugging. The corners are smiling. But that's Asa Stevens, and we'll be talking to him in a few moments as the team is inside the ring, congratulating themselves. And it doesn't matter, as you get that emotion out of the way, you feel good about yourself, then you take that deep breath. All right, our first fight of the night is done. Let's look at the fight card for what we have available for you. All right, so coming up next, Yan Salvatierra, Robert Ledesma. Then the Filipino from Norwalk, a young man I really like, Yapit Lee Lamito, takes on Pablo and Salcudo Letal, the lethal Mosquito Cruz from Houston. And then Jorge El Niño Dorado Chavez takes on Adrian El Tiburon Leiva. That'll be coming up next. That's our fight card here in San Diego. So we got a good action-packed card coming your way. Keep it going with us. And we see the comments going on the Golden Boy YouTube page. So if you're in Hawaii right now, you're feeling pretty good about yourself as Team Nito is going home with a victory. So that's the fight card. And of course, that's just on the Golden Boy YouTube page. The main event going on tonight, Joseph Diaz Jr. taking on Camarón Zepeda. Alexis Rocha, the co-feature, and the broadcast will be going on DAZN. So not right here on YouTube, but on DAZN at 5 o'clock. Beto Duran alongside Ronnie Rios, and then now 3-0, Asa Stevens. Asa.
What's up, man?
All right. How'd you feel?
I felt good. I felt great. I felt strong. And, yeah.
We were in the back talking to you, Asa, and you had that relaxed attitude about yourself. You felt good. You said your grandma was going to be watching today. What do you think your grandma's saying?
I know she's proud of me. Yeah. Nice. She's happy right now, celebrating wherever she's watching at. She's at home, and she's not here. She's on Oahu.
Nice.
And Hawaii's really pretty happy for you, aren't they?
Now I have a question for you. What would you rate your performance, and what would you do different?
I give myself a 7 out of 10.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I could took my time a little bit more. I was a little anxious when I had him hurt.
Yeah.
And I could have just chilled, let the shots come, but I kind of forced it.
Hey, at the end of the fight, you even had your hands down a little bit. You were a little showboat. I like that.
Having fun with it. He was having fun
I was
with
having
it.
fun in there.
Yeah.
That's something that Ronnie's been saying, too. We were talking in the back about how you and the amateurs, you guys have a share bond because you both have that amateur rank for yourself.
Yes.
But you're a young man who's very serious about the craft, but you enjoyed yourself. It looked like you were having a good time tonight as we look at the highlights for you. In that second round, you really let your hands go more, and that's when you dropped them. What happened?
There. I was warming up. I was warming up in the first round. And then when the second round came, it was a little bit easier for me to land shots on him because I feel like he was kind of coming in a little more.
You feel pretty good about yourself. Asa Stevens, 9'6", 7'9", on your belt. Why is that so important to you?
It's so important to me because that's where I come from. That's where I was raised. And that's why I'm here, is where I come from.
All right, Asa Stevens now 3-0 Team Nito. You guys looking pretty good for yourself. There's your camera right there. Send your shout-outs, Asa.
Shout out to all my family over here. They all came out to support me. Shout out to my grandma at home. She raised me. Shout out to Nito, my coach. Wouldn't be here without him. Shout out to Ricky, Anu, Coach Hodge, my strength and conditioning coach. He made us all stronger. And shout out to Pat Tenori because he's a big reason why we stay out here and he takes care of us, everything. The owner, Ruka.
There it is, the young man who's now 3-0, Asa Stevens. Ace Stevens goes back to the 808 with a victory tonight. Ace, congratulations to you, young man. Enjoy it. And we get our main event tonight. It's going to be Joseph Diaz Jr. against Camarón Zepeda. More action coming your way from San Diego.
Thank you, guys.
The champion, fearless, born for the bright lights, the challenger, ruthless,
44-0,
ready for the challenge.
Ramirez has Vivo on his mind.
On November 5th, undefeated rivals come face to face. One must fall.
Welcome to Golden Boy Insider. I'm your host, Beto Duran. Thank you for always subscribing, leaving the like button, and watching and sharing. In this episode, we go behind the scenes with Arely Muciño, female fighter from Monterrey, Mexico, training in Coachella, and she's going to give us all the scoop on what's going on. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. And today's edition is in Espanol. But as always with Arely, I ask you, how are you feeling?
How do you feel? Ya, me está poniendo al inglés ahí a estar practicando. No está aprendiendo el inglés a estar practicando ya.
Porque quieres aprender inglés. Estabas tomando clases, pero es muy difícil para seguir con las clases, ¿verdad?
Sí, es difícil por la cuestión de horarios, de entrenamientos. Mira, nosotros estamos en Monterrey, es un horario, estamos en Indio, es otro, vas a Puerto Rico, es otro, entonces realmente el estarme moviendo de un lado a otro no me ha favorecido mucho, pero pues trato de escuchar, de ir perdiendo el miedo, y pues...
Pero quieres aprender.
Sí, claro que quiero aprender, pues aparte es lo mejor,
difícil.
¿no? Es difícil por la cuestión gramatical, pero... a diferencia del español que sí he batallado bastantito, pero ahí voy entendiendo. También tiene mucho que ver la gente, el inglés es como ser yo del norte y luego una persona, un ejemplo, lo comentamos, un chilango, no es lo mismo, pues, y la pronunciación, yo digo, creo que le entendí, no, creo que no era, entonces no batallamos, pero pues el punto es aprovechar y tratar siempre de mejorar y de aprender y...
¿Entiendes?
Es que entiendo ciertas cosas y luego pero puede que de la plática te entienda algunas cosas y luego viene otra persona y yo dije, no, creo que ya no entiendo nada. Entonces ya me empiezo a desesperar y me estreso. Entonces, de lo que uno veía en la escuela, o lo que estuve estudiando ahí en inglés, lo ves y no es lo mismo leerlo a leerlo. Entonces,
A cada día
digo,
donde
no.
están ni gritando y ni sabes nada.
No, porque no le entiendes, no. Bien, si hay gente que habla español y habla muy bien, pero habla español y ni le entiendes, imagínate en inglés. No, pues ya ando batallando. Le digo, no, mejor no.
Por eso te pregunto del inglés, porque cada vez que hago entrevista siempre digo, ¿estás aprendiendo? ¿Qué puedes decir? I feel good, I'm ready.
No, o sea, hay cositas que los puedo decir, me da pena porque también tienes que, acá en inglés le tienes que meter, y uno no es muy...
Porque la gente lo agradece que estás tratando de...
Sí, pero precisamente por eso es lo que quiero aprender inglés, porque pues la forma de poder expresarme con la gente, agradecerles, invitarlos.
Say thank you.
O tener el contacto, el contacto, una plática cuando me mandan por redes un mensajito o en la calle, Areli, y me da un poco de impotencia el decir, no puedo agradecerles de la forma que yo quisiera. O el simplemente
en tus palabras.
Ajá, en mis palabras. Simplemente en las entrevistas para los patrocinadores, los promotores, agradecerles, pues no puedo expresarme como quisiera. Pero bueno,
thank you, my friends, thank you, my sponsors.
En México somos más expresivos.
Sí, claro.
Siempre buscamos la forma...
Y hablando con las manos.
Sí, no, y buscamos la forma que vean realmente lo contento que estamos, la emoción que sentimos o el agradecimiento que tenemos a la persona.
Es lo que la gente no entiende del deporte, porque dicen, ¿por qué no hablas inglés? Porque pues si habla, como cuando hablaba Canelo, no hablaba en español, pero entendían, ¿y por qué no? Y hay muchos, porque quiere uno expresar la manera propia.
Así es.
Porque de los que traducen son buenos, pero también no tienen la misma emoción que en tu propio idioma.
Sí, no, claro, no va a ser lo mismo el decirlo nosotros con el mismo sentimiento a que venga una persona y lo traduzca, no es lo mismo. Pero es parte de aprender, superarse como persona, como peleador y son cositas pues que uno lo va haciendo, como dice, a lo mejor yo puedo decir, pues me vale, no tengo que entrar a estudiar, pones un traductor y no batallo, pero no, yo creo que eso es como por cada persona, ¿no? Ya depende cada quien.
Y el gimnasio donde estás con JoJo Diaz y Toño Díaz y todos los coaches que están, hablan español, pero no se entiende nadie. Porque eres de Monterrey.
De Toño no van a estar hablando.
Del Toño no se entiende. Llega tu esposo Tito de Puerto Rico. Llegan los uzbeks, llegan los rusos. Y todos están hablando, pero bailando, todos hablan. Pero nadie habla con palabras que podamos usar en la entrevista, ¿verdad? Todos se agarran.
Sí, pero
Pero está bonito.
Está bonito porque te estás riendo todo el tiempo. Sí. Entonces, como dices, hay rusos, argentinos, mexicanos, y los mexicanos que van, muchos son, la República Mexicana es muy grande, entonces la diversidad con la que te puedes tú
y también tienen los mexicanos que son nacidos en Estados Unidos.
Sí, también.
Como yo.
No, y eso es lo que le digo, Tito, porque intentan hablar. Entonces,
Pero hablamos mucho.
Hablan mucho a veces.
Y no entendemos. ¿O entendimos?
No
entendimos.
No entienden lo que nosotros decimos. Pero no pasa nada porque así como se esfuerzan por hablar, nosotros también por que nos entiendan.
Pero cuando yo decía, quiero una soda. Decía, ¿qué es una soda? Pues una soda, patrón. Un refresco, menso. Pues perdón, sorry.
No, pero sí es un poquito ahí
Pero está bonito ahí en Indio.
No, sí, y es lo que nos comentaba el coach hace unas semanas. Me decía, oye, Arely, yo le digo, estábamos ahí platicando, decía, oye, Arely, yo le digo a Linda, su esposa, ¿cómo Tito y Arely andan aquí a todos lados conociendo, no saben inglés? Porque no es lo mismo, vuelvo, no es lo mismo que yo sepa palabras a que pueda tener una conversación. Entonces dice, no sé cómo ellos le hacen porque no saben hablar inglés y andan en todos lados, y pues es la realidad. De hecho, nosotros para hacer una mejor preparación, porque aquí ya tengo 2 preparaciones yo, más la de Tito, porque la muchacha pues se lesionó, la campeona. Entonces nos vinimos de Monterrey, decidimos tomar la decisión de llevarnos la camioneta de Monterrey acá a Indio y nos aventuramos. Yo cuando íbamos en carretera le digo a Tito, oye Tito, pues fíjate, yo nunca había hecho esto más que con mi papá, porque me da la seguridad. Y dice Arely, le digo, lo bueno, pues me da seguridad. Y dice, Arely, yo tampoco, tú me das la seguridad. Y yo, no, hombre.
¿Quién se está cuidando a quién?
22 horas.
De Monterrey a India.
Sí, hicimos una parada.
Y todo de Texas.
Sí.
Todo el día en Texas.
Todo el día, todo el santo día. Y dices, es difícil, pero le digo, ahí comprobamos que gracias a Dios somos buen equipo, somos una buena pareja, nos damos seguridad. Y mira, acá anda la camioneta desde Monterrey.
Y la última pregunta, la oportunidad de pelear para un campeonato, otra vez, ¿cómo te sientes?
Contenta, agradecida. Estos planes los tenemos en mente, como te lo comenté, lo de la camioneta fue para hacer una mejor preparación, porque no es fácil salir de tu casa, no es fácil la situación, para nadie, ¿no? Pero sobre todo cuando estás en uno de los lugares más caros en Estados Unidos, entonces buscamos la forma, estoy muy contenta, pusimos estas metas desde antes, papá estuvo trazándolas con nosotros, pero bendito Dios fue el que le dio la determinación, me dio la fortaleza, la fuerza para salir adelante y puso a la gente correcta en mi camino para llegar al día de hoy. Sigo disfrutando, emocionada y pues culminarlo, ¿no? Este sábado no va a ser una pelea fácil, porque el que yo haya tenido 4 títulos no significa que esto va a ser, va a subir, no. Es una pelea difícil porque ella es una peleadora invicta. Sí, no ha salido de la Argentina, sí, pero trae el hambre que cualquier otra peleadora, sobre todo que no ha salido de su país y que es mujer, que busca un lugar en esto. Entonces todo eso lo tengo muy en cuenta, trabajamos lo necesario y me siento muy segura de mi trabajo, todo el equipo, el coach Joel, mi preparador, fíjate, mi preparador del trabajo de corrida está en Puerto Rico y él está al par también, José Monet, Toño, Oscar Gracia fue el que estuvo ahí apoyándome, que lo puso el coach, y obviamente de mi familia en Monterrey, de mis hermanas, Tito, que estuvimos ahí. Entonces este sueño realmente no solamente soy yo, mi empresa, que han confiado en mí, que han creído en mí, así que simplemente quiero salir, disfrutar, hacer lo que me gusta y dejar a todos con un grato sabor de boca.
Tus redes sociales ahí.
Arely Musiño, no entro mucho, pero ahorita estamos ahí apoyándome los muchachos, Jorge y Eduardo, que han estado ahí apoyándome haciendo una...
Numen.
Sí, la verdad, bastante.
¿Va a salir una película?
No. Ellos estuvieron trabajando con el coach para su película,
Sí.
pero realmente todo lo que están haciendo ha sido de corazón y me siento muy contento porque nunca había pasado algo así, ni
Qué
lo que
bueno.
sube a redes. Entonces ando muy
Ahí viene,
contenta.
poco a poquito, ahí va todo.
Bendito Dios, se va acomodando, va poniendo a las personas adecuadas en el camino y pues agradecerles a todos por el espacio, por el apoyo y pues no solamente el apoyo en mí como boxeadora, sino al boxeo mexicano, al boxeo femenil, que estamos trabajando duro para ganarnos un lugar en esto.
Good luck.
Good luck. Gracias.
Sí
Éxito, es éxito. La suerte no existe, es el éxito que es el trabajo del día a día.
Arely Musino, thank you. Good luck. Éxito el sábado. You can see her live on the zone. Always fun to catch up on Golden Boy Insider with the fighters. Let's give you the perspective. Y gracias a Arely Musino. I have a lot of fun doing those interviews, but man, I get scared doing it in Spanish, bro. It's like I got to see in high school Spanish, so you can hear me butchering it pretty good.
I'm the same way too.
Beth Duran alongside Ronnie Rios here. We have one fight down. That's Asa Stevens with the victory. Moments away from our second bout of the night. Representing Whiteside Boxing, Salvatierra will be walking against San Antonio's Ledesma. But with main event tonight, as we work towards it, Joseph Diaz Jr. taking on William Zepeda. But the women are trying to steal the show. An IBF flyweight world title, Leonela Yudica from Argentina takes on Mexico's Arely Musino. And Lex, something that you've seen grow is the sport of women's boxing. From the amateur days to now, little girls come to TKO Boxing in Santana with Hector, and they train. It's great to see the rise of the women in the sport.
It's great to see the rise of the women in the sport because, they also love to do it, and they're also getting paid for it as well, too. So, that's just a big plus.
A chance for an IBF flyweight title. Arely Musino, who trains in Coachella with JoJo Diaz, and Leonela Yudica, coming out of her comfort zone, leaving Argentina to fight the United States for the first time. Oscar De La Hoya was at the weigh-in yesterday at Nova in downtown San Diego in the Gas Lamp area. You fought for the world title, Ronnie, a couple of times. When you're on the B side and you're looking at that belt, what do you think?
Oh, I want it. That's the first thing. It's like, man, I want it. I'm willing to go through anything to get that belt. And that's one of the things that's always on your mind.
Because I saw Arely looking at the belt a couple of times. Like, you could train for it. It's one thing to defend it, but when you're that hunger is different, isn't it?
It's different to touch it or, hold half of it, but then it's different to actually get it.
Yeah, it is. That'll be later on tonight. The Zone broadcast starts at 5 o'clock. We're at the Pechanga Arena in San Diego, right next to SeaWorld. Our main event tonight, Joseph Diaz Jr., William Zepeda. Make sure you subscribe to all the Golden Boy social media accounts, the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, and, of course, subscribe and like the YouTube page right now. Our ring announcer, Jeremiah Gallegos, is ready to bring in our second bout of the night.
And now, fight fans, we are set for our next feature of the evening. 4 rounds of the flyweight division. Introducing to you first, ready to make his ring walk. Fighting out of the Alamo City, San Antonio, Texas, USA. Here is Robert Ledesma.
Robert Ledesma, representing San Antonio, Texas. He's walking out. Our second bout of the night. So thanks to everybody watching us in San Antonio. Robert Ledesma with a record of 3-8, 2 KOs, but he had some battles. Javier Raza opening up the road for him. Jeremiah looking at him. Jeremiah represents San Antonio.
Nice movement.
Feels pretty good about himself.
Yeah, he feels pretty good. Nice movement. You gotta keep in mind, he's a
opponent
beast.
fighting out of the red corner, representando Los Cabos, Baja California Sur, Mexico. Here is Jan Nito Salvatierra.
Nito Salvatierra representing Westside Boxing. Got the Salcedo brothers behind him. Salvatierra, record of 8-2, trying to get back on the winning side. Los Cabos, Mexico.
And now, fight fans, the action continues here from Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California, USA. Live on Golden Boy Fight Night on YouTube. And it is all presented by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. This next feature scheduled for 4 rounds in the flyweight division. The 3 judges scoring this contest at ringside are Carla Gais, Jose Cobian, David Sullivan, and referee George Nichols. And now, fight fans, here we go. 4 rounds of the flyweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing with JoJo Diaz Jr. and Devin De La Hoya. Wearing black with silver, he officially weighed in 111 pounds even. Tonight, he enters this contest for the 12th time as a professional with a pair of 2 KO victories. From the Alamo City, San Antonio, Texas, here is Robert Ledesma. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing with trainer Ignacio Salcedo, wearing teal with pink trim. He officially weighed in 111.4 pounds. In 10 professional contests, his record is outstanding. 8 victories, 4 wins coming to you by way of knockout. Only 2 defeats, representando Los Cabos, Baja California Sur, Mexico. Here is Jan Nito Salvatierra.
Boxers, you give your instructions previously in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all time. Protect yourself at all time. Trunks are a little low here. Trunks are good here. Touch them up. Good luck to you.
We get ready to go. Our second bout of the night. 4 rounds. Jan Salvatierra, Los Cabos, Mexico. 8-2, 4 KOs. Robert Ledesma, a veteran, 3-8. And we were talking with them.
Yep.
We talked to both of them. Ronnie Rios, you know Ledesma, you know Salvatierra. Just for talking to them, what the impression that you got back there?
I got an impression that they're both relaxed, you know, but I do want to see Salvatierra, how he's coming back from that loss to Scrappy. So that's a big issue that I want to keep a look on.
Yeah, Salvatierra had a unfortunate thing of being viral. He went through the ropes as Scrappy Ramirez knocked him out through the ropes on Cerdo's undercard in Ontario earlier this year. And the thing about that was, how do you get back into the ring? So if you're his trainer, you know, you can talk about one thing, Ronnie, but when you get back into the ring for the first time after a loss, what do you want to see from him?
You want to see his aggression, to see if it's still there. You know, you want to see if he's gonna be a little gun shy. Like right now, to me, it looks like he's sitting down and his punch is pretty good. You know, he's keeping his eye on his opponent. He's moving around nice. He's feeling out my nice body shot.
So if you're Salvatierra, it's
nice
body
shot,
work from Salvatierra immediately with the white gloves. And if Salvatierra...
Nice defense, too. I like how he's moving, keeping his... Look, nice. He's confusing him. He's going upstairs, downstairs.
And Ledesma coming in. He's a veteran.
See? Yeah, he's a
It looks like Ledesma has no respect.
Yeah, I mean, he said he came with his 8-year-old son, and he wants to show a statement, and he knows he says he knows he can win this fight.
Yep.
That his team did not want him to take this fight, but he said, no, I can beat this guy. And he came, and he's obviously putting a good show so far.
Ledesma, you're right there, Ronnie. According to him, his trainer said, I don't want you to take this fight. I'm not going to go with you. He said, well, I signed the contract. I'm going anyways. He brought his young son, Jordan, who's 10 years old. He's with him. 8 years old.
Yeah,
he's 8-year-old Jordan, who's with him. And Jordan essentially was working his corner for his pops. He's working the social media for his dad. Ledesma from San Antonio. And he said, I don't care. I believe in myself.
Yep.
He works as a welder and also trains as a boxer. He gets tagged with the right hand by Salvatierra. And Ronnie, guys like him who have nothing to lose, who don't care, they're dangerous, aren't they?
They're very dangerous. See, but what I would want to see from Ledesma is a little bit more head movement. You see how he's in reach to get hit, but he's not moving his head. He's just standing there expecting the punches. Oh, look, nice jab by.
That jab is nice. Overhead right from Ledesma.
So this is the thing I was talking about. I want to see how.
And Ledesma lands a shot.
I want to see how.
And he drops Salvatierra. A right hand from Ledesma drops Salvatierra. And Ledesma, no respect at all, coming in and dropping Salvatierra here at the end of the first round. Oh, and he gives him the stare, Ronnie Rios.
Yep, 10-8. You want to talk?
What do you see right now, Ronnie Rios? Like, what did you see in that first round?
Exactly what I told you. if I was Salvatierra's coach, I was worried about him being able to take a punch. As you saw, he got knocked down. See, boom, he kind of jumped and
Ronnie Rios. Beto Duran and Ledesma, we said it, don't have any kind of respect.
Yeah, see, now he's moving the head. I like that. Now he's not just the target. He's moving his head. Ooh, nice. He's putting that pressure on.
Ooh. Landing the right hand, Ledesma. Salvatierra, who's coming off a loss, a vicious knockout loss. Ronnie, you've been there before where a fight is stopped and your attitude in the first round is what?
Disappointment. You know, you start to question yourself. Are you good enough for this sport? And then you tell yourself, I am, and you come back here, and then obviously you suffer a knockdown in the first round. So now he has to dig deep down inside and, you know, go for that win.
Especially when you're a young fighter like
Exactly.
Salvatierra, 23 years old. You have confidence. You know, you got the smooth silk trunks, you got the colors, you got the workout gear, you got everything else. And then at the end of the day, though, when you get in the ring, none of that matters, right?
No, none of that matters. No matter what you train for, no matter how you eat, no matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's going to matter how far are you willing to dig deep to get that W.
And you see an opponent with the record of 3-8, only 2 KOs, you're like, yeah, whatever. Could he have taken him lightly?
He could have. He could have taken him lightly, which he probably shouldn't have, because, you know, when you come back from a loss, you're just like, hell no, I want to come back and I want to look sensational.
And Salvatierra lands a 1-2 upstairs, so he's fighting back.
Now
so
he's coming forward.
Now we got a good scrap as Ledesma's getting tagged here in the second round.
Another body
Going to the
shot.
body work is Salvatierra, and he's found something. He's found Ledesma say, come on, sticking his tongue out, being cocky.
Yep.
These are the kind of fights we love calling on Golden Boy Fight Night. A young man, Salvatierra, trying to get back on the right track. Veteran Ledesma, who doesn't care where you're at. He'll fight you in your backyard like he has his last couple of fights. As he said, some of my losses, according to him, I didn't lose. The judges took it from me, which you never know because there's no footage of it.
Yeah.
Such a tiny little club shows. And when you have no respect for your opponent and you know that nobody's counting on you, including your own corner, that's a different attitude, isn't it, Ronnie?
Yeah, of course. You know, he's coming here with this heart, and he wants to get back on track and win and put food on the table. First, look, he's starting to get a little bump on his left eye. I hope that's not going to be an issue in the future. Ooh, another body shot.
Well, it's going to be up to Ledesma. See if he has a good cut man. If a cut man can work that corner for Ledesma, he'll be okay. If not, he's going to be in some trouble. He better have a good corner.
Ooh, I think they're going to have to flat that out with the ice. Because look at it swelling. It's not a cut.
Oh, it's a swelling. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's a swelling. It's not a cut. So they're going to have to flatten that out with the iron.
Well, Ledesma's corner, he found a corner this week. He's like, you want to work my corner? You, anybody? You guys want to work it? Let's see if his new friends can do anything for him between rounds. Oh, solid.
That was a good fight. That was a good comeback for Salvatierra, that round.
Let's look at some replays, Ronnie, from that second round. You see, they're going back and forth. What do you see right there, Ronnie?
See Ledesma walking him down, and I like how Salvatierra is just not letting him walk him down. He's fighting back. Those body shots, it's barely the second round. If they keep going on, those body shots are going to have a side effect in the later rounds.
All right, so you got the Salcedo brothers who do a great job, and shout out to El Señor Salcedo, the Westside Boxing, the founder of Westside Boxing. The Salcedo brothers, their dad has been sick for a while, but he finally returned to the gym. Que bueno, regresando. And in the blue corner, well, my name's Robert Ledesma. Nice to meet you. You're my corner. My name's Joel Diaz. My dad, Joel, is a trainer at Joel Diaz Training Camp. I'll work your corner. Yeah. Okay, good. Ledesma was literally fight week asking people to work his corner.
His team did not want to come support him and be by his side.
His son, who's only 8 years old, Jordan, I think was going to work the corner initially.
Yeah, that's what he had said earlier. I was like, ooh, man.
Yeah, and Jordan he wasn't going to work the corner, make the joke.
I know.
but the kid, young man, Jordan, who is a good fighter of his own, it was great to see the camaraderie between he and his father going back and forth, the way that they were talking. They were having breakfast together. Yes, sir, no, sir, as young Jordan was talking to me. I was like, you fight? He's like, yes, sir. And he was taking pictures all week long supporting his dad, and he's watching his dad right now in a good scrap. As body work from Ledesma, Salvatierra answers back with body work of his own. We're in the third round. It's scheduled for 4. Ronnie, it's heating up, baby.
Yeah, it's been a good fight so far. You know, this is an entertaining fight. That's what I like about Golden Boy. They always put together these good, action-packed fights. Don't put your head down. See, it's a good head movement. It's a good move. It's a good advice.
Good advice from the corner.
Yeah, that's a good advice. See, if I was the Desmond's coach, I would say we walk him down slowly, but moving that head. Keep your guard up a little bit down because he's only blocking his head. You see how he keeps consistently going to the body. That's one thing that. Oh, nice body shot. Nice body shot. And these guys are both landing body shots.
Both of them with nice combinations. And Ronnie, you were back there when we talked to Ledesma. I walked away a little bit. It seemed like you guys have at the moment that professional fighters have. You guys have your own kind of connection. The way he looked at you, like he was just absorbing the moment being around you.
Well, you know, it's just as a former fighter and somebody that has a son, you know, he showed up to the fights by himself with the son. That's a touching story, you know. And he told us in the back, like, my team did not believe in me. I came here just me and my son, and you know he's trying to go out there. He's trying to win.
Yeah, Ledesma lives in San Antonio, outside of San Antonio on a farm. He has a small boxing gym where he trains some young kids, including his own. He said he was looking for a trainer in San Antonio, and he essentially couldn't afford some of the pro trainers there in San Antonio, so he trains himself, according to him, for this fight. And on that property, his siblings live there. Each of them has their own house, the Texas style. He said, but I'm chasing a boxing dream. He's a welder during the day. His wife is a baker. So it's just a blue collar chasing a dream. And this is literally, he's fighting to put food on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, and he snaps back the head of Salvatierra with the left uppercut. A solid round. Is that enough to steal the round? Is the action back and forth? We're done with 3 landing shots. Ledesma, Salvatierra, Golden Boy fight now. They're going at it. And we head to the 4th and final. Look at the highlights here, Ronnie. What do you see? What do you like?
I see Salvatierra trying to box. And you know what? My hat goes off to him. He's a young guy coming off a devastating loss. And he's pretty, I think those last 2 rounds were his. So I think the fight is even right now in my scorecards.
All right, remember, Salvatierra was dropped. So
yes,
there was a 10-8 round.
That's 10-8. So right now I think it should be a draw, right?
All right, so we're going to the 4th and final round. 4th and final round. Joel Diaz Jr. has been around at many camps. Grew up in the Diaz training camp. His father, Joel, his uncle, Toño, Julio, his uncle. He knows like it's like, he said, I'll jump in there and do it. My
serious
goodness.
about it. He even has his dad's vest.
He's got the dad's vest on.
That's how serious he is.
If he's got the Frito-Lay inswell, then that's a different story.
Oh, my God.
Maldita Pobreza, we're here in the 4th round. Jan Salvatierra has an excellent corner with the Salcedo brothers and Westside Boxing. They sold some tickets. This kid has some talent, has some ability, but it's about forgetting what happened last fight. And right now, Ronnie, this is just let it hang out for both of them, isn't it?
Yeah, right now I think it's an even fight. You know, last round is going to come down to who wants it more, and obviously they're going to, in my scorecard, win.
Right here, the young man, that voice you heard, that was Jordan yelling uppercut to his dad, giving instructions. I think the 8-year-old might be the best trainer in the building tonight.
Possibly. Right there.
Salvatierra moving around. Salvatierra, that tattoo on the side of his neck is the initial of his mom and dad. I like that. Joel just told him no regret. That's pretty simple. Right now it's just motivation, isn't it?
No regrets, yep. Oh, he's walking him down. See right there from Ledesma, I would want to see an overhand right because I feel like Salvatierra's kind of leaning down a little bit too much.
4th and final round. It'd be interesting if this was 6. You know, actually, Ronnie, you told him to both fighters, only 4 rounds. Why did you make sure to emphasize that?
Because in 4 rounds, it's like you have to win the first 2 rounds. There's only 4 rounds. If you lose the first 2 rounds, you can't pace yourself. If you lose the first 2 rounds, then the next 2 rounds you have to go for broke and try to win the fight. Even if you win the last 2 rounds and you lose the first, that's a draw. That's why it's be patient, but at the same time be
you gotta go.
You gotta get your work done in the first couple rounds. You can't just feel them out like if it was 12 rounds, 10 rounds.
You don't have the time.
Yeah, you don't have the time. You gotta move forward.
It's gonna be interesting to see what the judges like with a minute to go in the
I like
fight.
that step over. That's a good move.
Salvatierra's been more active here in the first round. Ledesma, has he done anything here in this round?
Oh.
Salvatierra doing a good job controlling this round.
See that? I like that little pivot that he moves over. Good movement.
A good showing from Ledesma. Will it be enough? He dropped his opponent in the first.
Oh, nice body shot. Nice body shot.
Well, Salvatierra's listening to the Diaz corner. He's finishing strong.
Oh, nice body shot.
Salvatierra looking good here in the fourth and final seconds of the fight. Action-packed Golden Boy Fight Night. Ooh. Salvatierra, Ledesma, respect to both of these warriors getting in the ring. Man, I wish that was 6 rounds.
I think Salvatierra might have taken that last round by that round.
Last round might be the difference. And hats off to Salvatierra.
Yeah.
Getting knocked out by Scrappy in the way that he did. And to come back tonight and looking good.
And that's one of the things that I have to keep preaching is just because you're a professional fighter. If you have 1 loss, doesn't mean your career's over.
Salvatierra came in on the favorite side, I would say. Robert Ledesma had nobody here in town, and he had a cheering section. So Ledesma won some of the crowd. Let's look at the highlights of this action-packed 4-round fight. See Ronnie as we get going. And it was the first round where he dropped him. And then they battled back and forth, Ronnie Rios.
So that they start coming forward, putting his punches together.
And then they were controlling each other. You see Ledesma. Salvatierra started stepping on the gas.
Putting his punches together, body, head. I really like that, man. It was very impressive the way he was mixing it up.
And so they're going back and forth. And then the 4th round, it looked like Ledesma just ran out of gas, and Salvatierra started stepping it up. And Salvatierra, I think, took that 4th round, Ronnie, where he controlled that round.
And I think I think he has to think those early body shots. Salvatierra in the early rounds. That's why, when you get tired, you're like, man, why am I so tired?
All right, Jeremiah Gallegos is inside the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, we now go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score this contest 38-37, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. Representando Los Cabos, Baja California Sur, Mexico, Sean Nito Salvatierra.
38-37. Ronnie, you had it a draw going into that 4th round. Salvatierra's more action, more effectiveness in that 4th round was the difference. And Salvatierra gets the victory, but Salvatierra is now 9-2. The squad of Westside Boxing, wearing their pink, gets the victory. They knew it was going to be tough as Ledesma goes home. Nothing to be upset about. He falls to 3-9, but he won the crowd. He put on a show, and that dude is tough, man. You might not want to be facing a guy like that, but good to see young.
And he scored a knockdown too, so it's not like he's going home completely heartbroken.
Nito Salvatierra from Los Cabos, Mexico. All right, let's look at the card so far. 2 fights to go. Our first couple. Ace Stevens with a unanimous decision, 4 round. He knocked out his opponent. Nito Salvatierra, despite getting dropped in the first round, come back to get the unanimous decision against Robert Ledesma. Coming up next, Japhet Lee Lamido against Pablo Cruz. That's going to be 8 rounds. And then our main feature here on the Golden Boy YouTube page, Jorge El Niño Dorado from San Diego. He's 3-0. Takes on Adrian Leyva from Houston, Texas via Cuba. That's coming up next here on the Golden Boy YouTube page at 5 o'clock. DAZN takes over. You got to use the DAZN app at 5 o'clock, and that's where you'll see Hector Valdez against Max Ornelas working our way towards the main event of Joseph Diaz Jr. against William Zepeda. That's going on tonight. Next weekend, though, Zurdo Ramirez takes on Dimitri Vivo. Our Golden Boy cameras caught up with Zurdo. World title bound, episode 1.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go. Yeah, I was building on a lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on the plot and the scheme. The true side trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The breeze come free. Sub straight drop to the kills. I'm talking taking over pieces and shares. I'm always sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah. It's one heart, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
Well, right now I'm relaxed, but I'm ready. It's like sharp but ready, and I'm ready. I'm ready for the fight. Even if I'm going to fight next week, I'm ready. And it calm because I know that I've been working hard for this fight, and I've been working so good, and I can't wait. It's just a matter of time.
I think the first time I met Zurdo was maybe almost 5 years ago. My first fight with him, he came to me. He had a partially torn Achilles, and so that was right before his Angulo fight back in, I think, Oklahoma City. And we had about 10, 12 weeks to prepare with a partially torn Achilles. And so I did a full assessment. His balance was horrible. His foot intrinsic, so like his feet were all kind of pointing in different directions. The toes were all weird. His balance was horrible. Core, everything. He was very weak, but you know, as I got to know him, I saw that the intangibles that he had was his willpower, his ethics, his work ethics, and everything was just on a whole nother level. But for him to get to that world champion level already with what he was working with was, amazing.
When it comes to ring maturity, I feel like he's developed a lot, and it shows in his last fights. Before we got together, he hadn't really knocked anyone out in quite a bit, and he's had nothing but stoppages at a higher weight class. So I feel like he's grown a lot in his abilities as a fighter.
After yoga, I feel better, like relaxed, like my body recovered really well. And yeah, that's why we do yoga every Saturday. Yeah. Not only even in the week, I like to do yoga and meditation too.
You know, he's made, I told him, like, this is not going to be a one camp thing. It's not going to be an 8-week camp and I'm going to add this much power. I was like, this needs to be a lifestyle. And 4+ years later, and here we are. This dude's freaking strong. He's got a motor on him. He's an athlete for sure, and I think you're going to see that.
Not only the body, the mind too. I had to train every time my mind and prepare for everything. Prepare for the war. Prepare for be a fighter. Prepare for be a calm too. And it's a mix for everything.
With Zurdo, the only difference with this fight is that I can sense that he can sense that this is the real, like the really the big one, and so there's a new sense of urgency that I haven't seen even in our whole time together that I see right now.
I'm confident because I know that I'm training so hard and I know my potential and I believe in myself and I know I can do it. The new, working for the greatness, baby. 45-0. 45-0.
I love that episode by the Golden Boy Production Squad. Episode 1. Episode 2 coming to you real soon. Beth Duran and Ronnie Rios here ringside. We've had 2 fights done. 2 more to go here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. And Ronnie, tonight is Joseph Diaz Jr., Cameron Zepeda. But next week, Bivol Zurdo. What do you think of that fight?
Another potential fight of the year. And, you know, just watching that tape, it's just, my hat goes off to Ramirez. You know, he's incorporating strength and conditioning. His English speaking, you can tell he's studying, so he's taking time out of his day to study and train and eat proper, and he's just having fun with it. You know, just seeing him, the way he's carrying himself, the way his body language, he's confident, but he's having fun with it at the same time.
And Dimitri Bivol doesn't talk much, but when he gets into the ring, will control it. The way he did against Canelo Alvarez that night in Las Vegas, he was a heavy underdog.
Yeah.
And did whatever he did. Like that, right? What are your impressions of that one?
No, he put up, I saw that fight, he put a performance. But me as somebody that kind of sees the sport more often, I want to see how he's going to do with somebody that's bigger than him, which is Ramirez. Ramirez is naturally a bigger guy. He's a big guy. How he makes the weight, I don't know. It must be the yoga.
Zurdo, 6'3", 175 pounds. That'll be a heck of a battle next weekend live on the Zone. But tonight, the main event, Joseph Diaz Jr., William Cameron Zepeda. That'll be a battle later on the Zone. The Zone broadcast gets going at 5 o'clock. So thank you for joining us wherever you may be all over the world, whether you're in Philly watching your Phillies, Houston watching your Astros, or if you're in Ireland or the Philippines, wherever you may be. We have a Filipino coming up next, and Japhet Lee Lamido. Let's go to our ring announcer, Jeremiah Gallegos, to let us know who's coming in.
And now, fight fans, we are set for our next attraction of the evening. 8 rounds in the super featherweight division. Introducing to you first, hailing from Houston, Texas, here is Pablo El Zancudo Letal Cruz.
Pablo Zancudo Letal, the lethal mosquito, coming in from Houston, Texas. A veteran fighter, 35 years old. His biggest fight was against Mark Magsayo. He said that was a heck of a battle for him, that he's happy, even though he came up short, he got stopped, that knowing that he was in that ring with Magsayo, who's tough as can be.
Yeah.
Experience.
And now, fight fans, ready to make his way into the arena, comes in undefeated. Here is Japhet Lee Lamido.
Born in Long Beach, trains in Norwalk, California. Japhet Lee Lamido, his father in his corner. He's fought on a Golden Boy show before, Honda Center. Earlier this year, he won a 6-round decision against Saul Hernandez.
Looking really relaxed, man.
Yeah, taking his time, huh?
Taking his time. He's boring his opponent already. Just by his ring walk, I already picture him being super patient, you know, in this fight.
And all fight fans, here we go from Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California, USA. We are live on Golden Boy Fight Night on YouTube. This next feature is scheduled for 8 rounds of the super featherweight division. And it's brought to you courtesy of Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. The 3 judges scoring this contest at ringside are Raul Cay Sr., George Cruz, Alejandro Rochin, and our referee in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Ray Corona. Introducing to you first tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, standing with Aaron Navarro and Bobby Benton. Wearing the red trunks, he officially weighed in 128 pounds. In 28 professional contests, his record is a solid one. 22 victories, 6 wins coming to you by way of knockout against 5 defeats and 1 draw. Coming to us from the Space City, Houston, Texas, y representando El Salvador, here is Pablo El Zancudo Letal Cruz. And his opponent tonight, fighting out of the red corner, standing with trainer Iche Yamido and Stephanie Chavez. Tonight wearing the shimmering black with silver, he officially weighed in 126.2 pounds. In 9 professional contests, his record stands perfect. 9 victories, 3 wins coming to you by way of knockout, and no defeats. Introducing to you the fighting pride of Norwalk, California, the undefeated Chapathli Yamido.
Mouthpiece. Perfect right here, Touch gloves if you like. God bless.
Ray Corona, the 3rd man in the ring from Bassett, California. Get ready to go. In our 3rd bout of the night here on the Golden Boy YouTube page, Bethel Duran, Ronnie Rios, super featherweight, scheduled for 8 rounds with Japet Lee Lamido, 9-0, 3 KOs. Pablo Cruz, 22-5-1, 6 KOs. A big test tonight for Lamido in the experience factor that he's going up against in Pablo Cruz. And Ronnie, this is the kind of fight that Lamido needs as he's progressing in his career. You've done this and you've challenged for world titles. The progression from 4 rounds to 6 to 8. And then next thing you know, you're fighting a dude who's fought world champions, a gatekeeper for you. What do you have to do when you fight a man that like Cruz?
You gotta be more patient. You know, he has experience. He's here to take away your W. So you gotta be more patient, which Yamiro is, and I like. But I want to see him keep him at bay because he's just blocking. He's just like absorbing that. Even though they're not hurting, his body's absorbing that impact, and it could have a negative wear in the long run.
Yeah, there's levels to it.
Yeah.
You got to start climbing the ladder and go up against better opposition. And Lamido's a fighter that I met during the pandemic as he fought at Big Punch Arena, the legendary Big Punch Arena, as Tim Boxell would say, the Mecca. It's in Tijuana, and you go there just to get a fight, just to get going. You know, Ryan started there. A lot of guys go down there where they're teenagers because, you know, in California, you got to be 18 to be a pro. So you're 16, 17, you're down there, and it's, you know, it's grimy. You got to earn your way out there. And Lamido
he stunned him.
The mosquito right here in the first round.
Don't
he's going
expect the first round on him.
And he's going upstairs. He's tagging him. Lamido usually is patient. Now today he's coming out very aggressive. And he's going to the body, going upstairs. His opponent, Cruz, has not recovered. And he's getting tagged with 1-2 by Lamido. And he's tagging him over and over. And Ray Corona jumps in. It is over. Japet Lee Lamido. Roberto Diaz, Golden Boy matchmaker, said, I really like this kid. We haven't signed him, but we're keeping our eyes on him. Now I see why.
Yeah.
The kid came out, and Ronnie, you told me, it's not if you win, how you win, and that's impressive.
That was very impressive. First round knockout, you know, he was patient, he was poised. Even when he had him hurt on the ropes, he was still taking his time. He was picking his shots. You know, and that's what you want to see in a fighter. He's growing. This is his 10th fight, so, you know, the experience is coming into effect.
I honestly thought we were going to get 8 full rounds because Lamido doesn't come in like that.
Yeah.
But, man, look at the way he looks, Ronnie. Like,
yeah, no.
Okay, big wow. I did my job.
Yeah. Okay, so, like, physique-wise, he looks like, you know, he trained really hard. But if you look at his record, it could be deceiving. And then he goes up and he fights a fighter of this caliber and he stops him in the first round. That's impressive. You know, this guy, that was an impressive win. I can see a bigger future for this man. So hopefully him and his team can keep this up.
Man, Japet Lee Lamido. Look at Ernie from Everlast getting in there. Got to get the picture. Ernie's got the big smile. Lamido's not smiling. His girlfriend, Cool Girl Steph, who's also a pro fighter, she's excited, from Orange County. She went to Villa Park High School.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there he is, his father. But Lamido looks like he's ready to keep on going, man.
He's ready to go. Look. He looks like he's not even. It looks like he's not even content with his victory.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we have to ask him. Are you happy with your victory? Look.
Yeah, we will be talking with Lamido after everything, the particulars. Jeremiah Gallegos is ready to go with it. Man, my goodness. I did not expect a first-round KO.
Ladies and gentlemen, here from Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California, our referee Ray Corona steps in and puts a wave to this contest. The official time comes to you 1:36 in round number 1. To the winner by KO and still undefeated, Japet Lee
Oh, man.
First round knockout.
Lee Lamido. The reason I said I didn't expect it to go a first-round KO, I expect it to go round, is because Pablo Cruz is a fighter who is a veteran.
Yeah.
He's fought in the big cards. He's fought against good people. And he even said it. My new nickname is the Gatekeeper because I make it tough for everybody. Yeah. It was not tough tonight for Lamido.
And he was unhappy when they stopped the fight, too. You saw his reaction, you know.
Never went down, but he was
he was not responding.
All right, our fight card. We got 3 fights in the books. Asa Stevens and Nito Salvatierra with unanimous decisions. And Japet Lee Lamido giving us our first KO of the night as he stopped Pablo Cruz in the first round. Coming up next is Jorge El Dino Chavez against Adrian Leyva. That'll be coming up next, our last fight on the Golden Boy YouTube portion of the show. But the kid is looking good for himself. He's sitting here ringside with us. He's now 10-0 with 4 KOs, representing Norwalk, California. Japet Lee Lamido. Man, where did that come from? I've seen your fights. Usually we get 6, 7, 8 rounds. First round, you attacked him. Was that the plan?
No, it wasn't the plan. You know, we just worked on stuff in the gym. I caught him with the uppercut to the belly. I don't know if you could probably watch the replay.
Oh, we'll get you some replays, man.
Yeah, but from there, I saw him break down. I caught him with a good punch after that. And from there, I just...
And then you went upstairs and you were just controlling, doing whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Back there, when you saw him stung, what did you think?
I got to finish him, get him out of there. But no disrespect to Pablo Cruz, you know, just a sport.
Of course.
Yeah, you just saw somebody that was hurt and you could attack.
Yes.
And I like how patient you were. You're really patient. You're putting your punches together very good, man. That's something that an experienced fighter does, not a fighter with nine fights. So that was very impressive.
Yeah, most guys, they see a guy hurt, they want to throw haymakers.
Yep, or wild punches.
Remember, it's only an 8-rounder. It didn't go 8 rounds, but sooner or later, you got 12 rounders. These guys got experience. You can't be going in reckless like that.
And Pablo Cruz, a fighter with a record of 22-6-1 now, is a lot of experience. In just talking to you, Japet, you're a professional. You go about your work. You get in there, get done. The attitude that you and your dad have in your corner with girlfriend Stephanie, you guys come in there. It's a tight-knit unit. How much fun are you having as a pro now?
It's fun, but at the same time, we take it super serious, even at the gym, you know. Everything's serious, no slacking off. So I got to thank my team for that, both my dad and my girlfriend, Stephanie Chavez.
Nice. Good to see that. But are you happy with your performance?
Yes, I'm happy with my performance. I wish I went more rounds, you know.
Japet, it was a first-round KO, man.
Yeah.
Did the fans like it? Yeah, they liked it.
Yeah.
They liked the first-round KO. You hear the cheers?
Yeah, you hear the cheers. Next one. You know what? As a former fighter, I would advise you just to enjoy tonight. You know, you did a great performance against a real good, tough fighter. So, you know, enjoy tonight. Smile. Have a good time with your girlfriend. Come on, man. You had a good time. You can't always be serious, man. If not, where's the fun in the fight?
After the sport.
Afterward. That's the attitude that Jeffet Lee Lamito has. He has big goals, big dreams, and he's on his way there. Jeffet, congratulations to you and your team. We'll talk to you soon. Go change and then get ready for the main event tonight. JoJo and Camarón Zepeda.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. And thank you, everybody out here watching live and supporting on YouTube. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, Jeffet Lee Lamito. A lot of Filipino fans cheering this young man on, also in Norwalk, California, where he's from. So, Kumusta to everybody watching us in the Philippines also. All right, so 3 fights are done. 1 more to go here on the Golden Boy YouTube page. It's going to be a young man from San Diego, Jorge Chavez. So I know he sold a lot of tickets. He's got a lot of shirts here. Their fighter is coming up next. He takes on Adrian Leyva. But before that, we're going to go and see another feature from Golden Boy. I tell you, Bobby D and Larry have done a great job going to all the camps and talking to the fighters. One of them being, though, is a feature that we call Golden Boy Insider. A little Espanol. I tried my best in Spanish. I told you, I got to see in Spanish, but Camarón Zepeda was really cool with me. Here's Golden Boy Insider with Camarón. Welcome to Golden Boy Insider. I'm your host, Beto Duran. We go behind the scenes with the fighters and get to know them. Today's guest, William Camarón Zepeda. This one's in Espanol, but before we get to the Spanish, Camarón's been learning a few words in English. How are you?
I'm fine.
What else what other words do you know? ¿Qué otras palabras sabes?
I am hungry.
You're hungry.
Hungry.
You want to eat. ¿Quieres comer?
Yeah, sí.
What do you want to eat?
Pasta.
Pasta.
Tacos.
Tacos.
Refresco.
Ranas. Okay, we'll get into the ranas that you're talking about. Also, if you win, si ganas, ¿qué es lo que quieres decir en inglés?
It's my moment.
Right there. There's the camera.
I am ready to fight.
One more time. Ready? ¿Listo? There's your camera. Di lo que dices.
It's my moment. I'm ready to fight.
Pero lo tienes que decir fuerte. Otra vez.
It's my moment. I'm ready to fight.
All right. No more English. Ahora vamos en español. Camarón, ¿cómo te sientes?
Muy bien, muy contento, emocionado ya. Primero de mañana ya es el pesaje. Ya relajado, ya llevamos aquí unos días. Creo que eso ayuda a estar más tranquilo del estar ya aquí en el día de la pelea.
Y siempre cuando hablo contigo, cuando hacemos entrevistas, te digo, oh, en English. No. Pero estás aprendiendo.
Alero.
No, pero te digo de carrilla, pero también sé que quieres aprender. No hablar todo perfecto, pero poder hablar con la prensa es muy importante para ti, ¿eh?
No, las dos. Creo que eso te ayuda a avanzar en lo personal. Creo que también es una meta que tengo, el aprender a hablar bien inglés para poder entablar una relación, una plática con todos, con fans, con la publicidad, todo eso.
¿Y entiendes?
Lo que sí más o menos lo entiendo, pero como todos los mexicanos, medio lo entiendo, medio lo hablo. Sí.
Pero no es que te da pena para hablar español, es que no sabes, ¿eh?
No, de hecho, pues pena, ¿no? Porque sí, luego así con mi papá también luego lo platico y todo eso, pues al contrario, en lugar de que me dé pena, sé que cómo lo pronuncie, voy a ir aprendiendo a pronunciarlo bien poco a poco.
¿De dónde eres?
De San Mateo Atenco, Estado de México.
Ok, perdón, en la conferencia de prensa yo dije que eres de San Miguel de Atenco. Me confundí con San Miguel Allende, San Mateo Atenco, y hasta mi hijo se llama Mateo, se me olvidó de él. Pero eres de San Mateo.
San Mateo Atenco.
Atenco. ¿En dónde es?
Eso está en el Estado de México.
¿Pero pueblo chiquito?
Es un pueblo chiquito, sí.
Y estaba platicando tu papá. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Es el lugar de qué?
De la Tierra del Calzado.
Tierra del Calzado.
Tierra del Calzado, ahí.
Y ahí es donde...
Ahí es donde yo he crecido, orgulloso de representar a la gente trabajadora, que de ahí vengo, y a demostrar que ahí hay gente trabajadora.
¿Y le vas a Toluca?
Y le voy al Toluca.
¿Por qué?
Pues desde chiquito mi papá me enseñó, me dijo que ir al Toluca y que el América eran malos, y lo he confirmado.
América malos.
América malos y Toluca buen equipo.
¿Jugabas fútbol?
Llegué a jugar fútbol.
¿Eras bueno?
No, ahí no era bueno. Era tan malo que me caía sin el balón y solito.
Oh. Pero te encanta mirar.
De hecho, sí me gusta el practicarlo, igual sí lo llegué a practicar, me gustaba, pero de plano nomás no lo entendía y lo mío sí me hablaban para cuando jugábamos fútbol, pero cuando se hacían los golpes, ahí sí me hablaban, ahí sí.
Miré en tus redes sociales que tienes playera de Toluca.
Sí, también.
¿Has llegado al estadio?
Sí, he ido varias veces.
¿Y te han llegado a hacer, güey, aquí está el camarón?
Sí,
¿Sí?
sí. Se les hace raro ver como a un boxeador con fútbol, pero desde chiquito siempre me ha gustado a mí el fútbol. Verlo, practicarlo no tanto, pero el verlo sí me ha llamado la atención.
¿Y si gana América, cómo te sientes?
No, sí, se siente feo. Ahorita que está ya en la final, su último partido lo hizo con el América y estaba con los nervios de punta porque metía gol el Toluca, luego el América, luego otra vez el Toluca y luego empataron, pero luego eliminaron el gol al América, entonces ganamos y estuvo emocionante.
Pero mejor Toluca.
Sí, mejor Toluca.
Me estaba también platicando tu papá que cuando eres niño, entrenabas al principio, pero no peleabas. Casi 2 años de puro entrenar, pero no había peleas.
Sí,
¿Y
así
por qué
es.
seguiste?
Pues yo me metí, primeramente a mí me gustaba el boxeo por la violencia y te
Por la
desestresabas.
violencia.
Pero después me empecé a dar cuenta en los sparring que era bueno, que me empezó a llamar la atención, el sentir esa adrenalina y todo. Y seguí entrenando y me empezaron a convocar para 2, 3 peleas. No peleaba, pero seguía ese compromiso de querer pelear y según yo me preparaba al 100% para una pelea. No peleaba, pero estaba ahí. Ya después cambié de entrenador y ya me consiguió peleas.
Y ahí estás.
Ya estamos aquí estelarizando una función en Estados Unidos.
Y main event en DAZN, cartelera de Golden Boy. ¿Cómo
Así
se
es.
siente?
Pues muy contento, con un fuerte compromiso, con la responsabilidad de que sé que tengo que salir primeramente Dios con la mano en alto, pero disfrutando el momento.
Ahora los favoritos. Música.
De todo, la verdad, pero el regional mexicano es
¿A quién?
Cristian Nodal, Julián Álvarez, creo que son los 2 favoritos.
Comida.
Las ranas.
Las ranas.
Los tacos. La comida de mi mamá, creo que eso está ahí siempre. Ahí.
Y si no fueras boxeador, ¿qué estabas haciendo? ¿Qué ibas a hacer?
Pues a mí me hubiera gustado seguir con mis estudios. No era a lo mejor el más estudioso, pero sé que a lo largo de lo que fui creciendo, fui creando un hábito de responsabilidad, compromiso y lograr metas como ahorita en el boxeo. Y sé que si hubiera seguido mejor estudiando, hubiera sido el mismo camino con esa responsabilidad y ese compromiso. Y me hubiera gustado ser arquitecto. Me gusta todo eso. Sí.
Ok, última cosa. Si yo voy a San Mateo Atenco y les pido dónde vive William Zepeda, ¿van a saber?
Sí, todos ahí.
Y si les pido, o me van a decir, ¿quién es William? ¿Aquí es puro camarón?
No, de hecho, tienes que preguntar por el camarón Zepeda o el hijo del marro.
El hijo del Maro.
El hijo del marro.
Ok, cuando vamos a San Mateo Atenco, busquen el hijo de Maro o el camarón. El William no existe ahí.
No, el William no sigue así. ¿Y ese vato quién es?
Fulano.
No, el camarón o el hijo del marro.
¿Sabes cómo jugar esto?
Sí.
All right. Si sube la cabeza, ganas. Live. No. ¿Sabes? Yeah, that Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I lost every single one of them against every single fighter this week on Golden Boy Insider. Back here ringside, Beth Durant alongside former world title contender Ronnie Rios. And Ronnie, we get talking about Camarón Zepeda. Joseph Diaz Jr. is going to be the main event tonight. Golden Boy has been busy. And, you know, you were a Golden Boy fighter. You fought all over the country. You've seen Golden Boy put on shows in Puerto Rico. Recently, we were in Costa Rica. Munguia has fought in Tijuana. Now the news coming out that Jaime Munguia is going to be fighting in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Golden Boy going on the road as Munguia will be fighting in Guadalajara November 19th. And one thing about it, we know people are going to say the fight, it's not the biggest fight. He could have fought so-and-so. But you know what? The business side, Ronnie, you know all about this too. When you're trying to negotiate, trying to fight for a world title. But the most important thing is it doesn't matter. You want to be in the ring. I'd rather see Jaime Munguia in the ring fighting instead of inactive.
Yeah, in the shelf. And not only that, too, a lot of people don't understand that you need both sides to come You need both sides to come to an agreement for a fight. You can't just, oh, I want to fight so-and-so, and you expect that fight. Your teams have to make that fight materialize, you know?
So Golden Boy will be going on the road November 19th in Guadalajara. Jaime Munguia, the main event on DAZN.
And the 5th, too, on Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi,
Yeah.
they're going everywhere. Munguia. And Ronnie, you know this, though. You can only train for so long.
Yeah.
You got to have a fight.
Yeah, you got to have a fight.
And Munguia's been active this year. We've seen him twice this year, and he'll finish up the year in Guadalajara. Jaime Munguia. Yes, we want to see him fight for a title. Yes, we want to see him go up against the big names. Of course, we're not sugarcoating here. We want him to fight the big names. The ability for Munguia to be a star, that he's knocking on the door, isn't he?
He's there. You know, he's there. He's very impressive. He's very explosive. He has a good head on his shoulders, and he has a good lifestyle, too. So, you know, that's one thing to show the world about a professional fighter.
And Munguia has fought in your backyard in Anaheim. You're from Santa Ana. He's put on a show. Yeah. He brings the crowd to Anaheim, doesn't he?
Yeah, he brings the crowd. You know, a lot of people want to see him fight. We want to see him fight against good names, but like I said, it takes two to make the fight. You can't just expect one person to make the fight happen.
All right, you know what? Who you don't want to fight? Jeremiah Gallegos, because that dude will get down. He's our ring announcer, ready to bring in our last fight here on the Golden Boy YouTube page.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is our final preliminary attraction of the evening, scheduled for 6 rounds in the super featherweight division. Introducing to you first, set to make his ring walk, fighting out of Houston, Texas, y representando Cuba, here is Adrian El Tiburón Leiva.
El Tiburón, Adrian Leiva, 3-3-2. He's from Houston, Texas now, but he was from Cuba. Hey, forget the jacket, forget the T-shirt, forget the towel. He's ready to fight.
He's ready to fight already, man. He looks calm, you know, his demeanor. He's very calm, so let's see. This is how he stacks up against Jorge.
All right, his corner does have a jacket. He's just not wearing it. He's in that zone.
Yeah, he's in the zone. He probably just wants to get straight to fighting.
Top of the hour on DAZN. The broadcast will start. This is our last free fight on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe. And thanks for everybody joining us wherever you may be around the world.
And his opponent enters the arena undefeated, representing San Diego, California. Here is Jorge El Niño Dorado Chavez.
Ah, his trademark mariachi. Jorge Chavez, Niño Dorado. A young man that Ronnie knows really well. We'll get into that later on. San Diego and Tijuana. He's the epitome of a border kid going back and forth every weekend between San Diego and Tijuana schools. He represents both sides of the border. And he's coming out very, very confident young man.
Very confident, yep. Very poised. What happened? You can't hear. What did you say? No,
Grupo Firme, gracias. Essentially, thanks to all the doubters, all the haters for making me. He got the attitude, Jorge Chavez.
Like that Tejana, man. That Tejana's nice.
Yeah, he's got his,
very nice.
Every single fight he wears one.
Like that Tejana. He's going for the shorter, more comfortable shorts.
Yeah. All right, Jeremiah, let's hear it.
And now, fight fans, we resume the action here from Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California. This is Golden Boy Fight Night on YouTube, and it's presented by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and sponsored to you by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. Odds for tonight's fights are brought to you by Bet Online And by masculine, it's a mentality. Don't be a man, be the man. This is our final preliminary feature, and it is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super featherweight division. The 3 judges scoring this contest at ringside are Carla Caiz, Jack Reese, Fernando Villarreal, and our referee in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Jose Cobain. Introducing to you first tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, standing with Freddy Rojas, wearing red with white. He officially weighed in 127.4 pounds. In 9 professional contests, his record consists of 3 victories, with 1 win coming to you by way of knockout, 3 defeats, 2 draws, and 1 no contest. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, y representando Cuba, here is Adrian El Tiburón Leiva. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing with trainer Frank Barajas, wearing white with pink and mint trim. He officially weighed in 127.2 pounds. In 3 professional bouts, he stands unbeaten. 3 victories, 3 wins coming to you by way of knockout, no defeats. Ready to fight in his hometown of San Diego, California. Introducing the undefeated Jorge El Niño Dorado Chavez.
You've been given instructions. Protect yourself at all times. Touch your map. Come back with a bell. Good luck. Mouthpiece in, seconds out.
All right, here we go. Our main event on the Golden Boy YouTube page, the last one. Then at the top of the hour, 5 o'clock Pacific on DAZN. Chris Mannix, Sergio Mora, and the one and only Ty Grisham will be on the broadcast with you. Also, Marlena Esparza will be on that broadcast later on the night for the main event of Joseph Diaz Jr. and Cameron Zepeda. But right now, we expect a good one. Super featherweight division.
6 rounds.
Jorge Chavez, 3-0. He's from San Diego, representing the 619. His Instagram's official Chavez619. He's wearing the San Diego Padres City Connect colors. That's the reason for those colors. Got SOA behind him, state-of-the-art boxing sponsorship. So he's looking good. Ronnie, you know him. You found him as an amateur. Can he be the goods?
Yes, he can. You know, his dedication is really hard. Is really good. You know, he takes it very serious. He spars with some of the best fighters in Southern California, and you know, him and his coach, they actually.
Oh, and he gets dropped right away. Oh, Leiva! I told you Ronnie is a tough opponent from Houston, the Cuban, dropping Chavez early in the first round. Chavez going down for the first time in his career. How will he react? Leiva, upset-minded. I've seen him twice before where he's upset the house fighter. What can he do here in the first round?
Well, this is, and you had said this was a tough opponent. And like I said, not everything is a guaranteed win. And you got fighters like this that are going to give you hard obstacles to climb. Now it's up to Chavez to climb, you know, and he still looks a little dazed.
And Chavez answers with the left hook of his own. The crowd is all pro Chavez. He sold a bunch of tickets. Everybody on their feet. He gets tagged again. And now Leiva goes down, but the referee rules he was pushed down. Leiva is looking for the haymakers. Chavez is trying to answer back with big shots of his own. What does Chavez need to do to survive this round, Ronnie?
I would say move around more, but it looks like he's coming forward, so it looks like he's either mad or he's trying to get that point back, but it's going to be very tough. You know, sometimes you just got to just recover and then come back stronger the next round because he still has 5 more rounds after this. So I would say, you know, get that composure a little bit, you know, relax more, listen to your corner. You don't want to go,
oh! And Chavez drops Leiva. Oh, he answered with a big right of his own. Oh, we thought it was going to be a potential fight of the night. Oh, it's breaking out with less than a minute to go in the first round. Oh, from me over and over and over as Chavez and Leiva have each dropped each other. It's scheduled for 6. Ronnie, I don't know if we're going to get that.
I don't think so either. I think it might be right now. Look,
Chavez jumping on him. Chavez attacking. Chavez getting after it after going down early on. Fundamentals have just forgot about it. Both these guys just haymakers.
Yeah, yeah. They need to attack that body, man.
Leiva's legs are still wobbly.
Yeah, I thought he recovered. He got up
Chavez
pretty
moving
quick.
around. Chavez's legs are back. Now he's going to the body. Leiva is all about haymakers, Ronnie Rios. Leiva in the white and red, the Cuban. Getting dropped halfway through the first round after dropping Chavez to start the fight.
Yep.
Oh, a good fight here. Pechanga Arena, crowd on their feet. That's only the first. We got 5 more scheduled.
8-8. 8-8 right now. Wow.
Look at that. Let's look at some of the replays. Great job by everybody in the production truck, too. Getting the replays right there for you. This is how the fight started.
Oh,
overhand right.
Check hooked him and straight right.
And then
No, same one. Oh, yeah. It was like a flash knockdown. Oh, and he ran into that hook, too.
but their feet tangled up, rolled a slip. And that right hand from Chavez. Okay, you sparred Chavez as an amateur. You brought him in. Is the power really there?
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
Yeah, he hits hard. You know, but the thing is, he's very good for as many fights as he has. No, as far as he's very experienced, like the tricks he does, like, you know, when you first start fighting, you know, you just want to go and knock him out and look sensational, but there's little tricks to have. You hit him in the arms, your movement, stuff like that that a lot of people don't do. His movement alone is real good.
And Chavez coming out immediately, being the aggressor. He's got the white with the neon. Is the kid from San Diego with the 3-0 record, all KOs. He made his pro debut. Did Chavez?
I think Chavez is still mad that he got knocked down. And I think he's.
But you can't think about that, can
No,
you?
you can't. You can't.
He
But
goes the left hook, right hand.
it looks like he
Chavez
wants to
is
finish
trying
the
to
fight.
sit down
Yeah.
on his punches.
It looks like he wants to finish the fight because he's still mad about the whole knockdown part.
But you can't think about that, Ronnie, right?
You can't
gotta
think about
box.
that, but some fighters just, you know, some fighters.
Oh, and there
Nah,
he
that
is.
was a slip. That was a slip.
Oh, referee jumped on it, said the
Slip.
feet, but
Yep.
man, there was a punch being thrown.
Yeah, but is he on shaky legs? It kind of looks like he's on shaky legs.
He might have been grazed a little bit.
Maybe. See, people don't know that when you're fighting with 8-ounce gloves, like even a small punch can have the slightest effect on you.
They weigh 127 pounds. They're both headhunting.
Yeah, see, that's from both fighters. I think both fighters need to work the body a little bit more. This is a 6-round fight too, you know. Oh, nice one. 2 knockdowns already from both fighters, one each. Oh.
Leiva covering up.
He's trying to stop him, I guess.
Trying to roll with those punches. El Tiburón is the nickname. The Shark. There's Adrian Leiva. His record 3-3-2. Do not be fooled by it. He left Cuba, came to the United States, and he was taking early fights that, as he said, I just needed to get fights to get some money.
Think about a lot of Cuban fighters is they're very skilled. You know, they don't throw a lot of punches, but they you know, the punches that they do throw, they're hard, effective shots. As you can see, he's not throwing a lot of shots.
Now Leiva, you're right there on the Cuban part. He's technical, he's there, but he's
there.
also willing to try to load up on the shots and exchange with you, which
He
is
is,
a
yeah.
different wrinkle training in Houston.
He's making a mess. He's using that shoulder roll. See, like, remember I told you that there's some fighters that have that experience that they do little things. Chavez, for example, you see how Leiva is doing that shoulder roll?
Yeah.
What Chavez can do with his right hand is consistently hit his right shoulder, like hard.
So when he rolls, hit that shoulder, why?
Yeah, why? Because his arm's gonna lock and it's gonna hurt. And then after a while, these are 8-ounce gloves. Once they keep hitting you, you're like, oh my gosh, like it hurts. Like just hit me in the head or something.
It takes a toll.
It takes a toll. It's 6 rounds, like I said. Hit that shoulder, hit that shoulder. Then he has his attention and he's bracing his shoulder, and then you hit him in the arm, in the body or the head. Another good round, man. I like Leiva's coach's shoes.
Look at the replays here, Ronnie Rios.
Yeah.
From the second round. Both of them going for the big shots upstairs.
Yeah, they're going for the big shots. Yeah, I told you it was a slip. So you see how he keeps throwing that straight right?
Yeah.
You see how he's already expecting and he's rolling with it. What he could do is he can throw that. He can loop that right hand to the body, and consistently hit that shoulder like I told you. You know who did that was Canelo over it when he fought Bivol. I don't know if you remember. His shoulders were all red.
Look at some of the comments on the YouTube, on the Golden Boy YouTube page. You're right. What is a jab? Have we seen a jab?
You haven't seen a jab, but a jab is you're just setting up your opponent. It's with your left hand. You just want to set up you just want to make sure that you're in punching range from your opponent. See, now you see Leyva with both hands up instead of just doing the shoulder roll.
Yeah. All right, now the pace is slowing down.
Yeah, it's slowing down. See, this is what I mean. You know, they both knocked each other down. They were both trying to get that stoppage, and you always gotta you always gotta reserve that energy for the later rounds.
I met Leyva on a Marv Nation card last year at Pico Rivera. Came in as an opponent, fought a young man who was undefeated, no idea who he was, couldn't find much about him. I walked away like, oh, impressed, because that kid came to fight, came to scrap. And I told you, he's a tough opponent because, Ronnie, when you leave Cuba in the way that he did, when you're fighting for your life here in the United States, looking for opportunities, like, I don't care about my record. Yeah, it's ugly, 3-3-2.
Oh,
but if I can beat an undefeated kid who's the A-side in his hometown, it could change your life.
Yeah, of course, and it's going to lead you to a bigger road down the line. Bigger opponents, better paycheck. You know, you're going to be able to set yourself and your family up too.
Leyva in the white and red keeps sticking his tongue out, asking Chavez to come, and here comes Chavez.
Here comes Chavez, yeah.
Why would he be doing that, Ronnie?
Probably trying to show him that he's not hurt.
Okay.
Probably trying to toy with him, you know, trying to show him that I'm not hurt, I'm laughing at you. But sometimes you want to do that as a fighter so you can say, hey, you know what, I'm not hurt. Don't put the pressure, which Chavez, like I told you, he's experienced for a fighter with 3 fights. He's coming forward. You know, for Chavez, you have to just keep coming forward and keep going to the body, keep working those arms, not waste your punches, but just pick your shots, hit the arms. You see how Leyva's kind of tiring down. If George can keep this up, I see him stopping him in the 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th round.
Scheduled for 6 rounds.
Now he's bleeding from his nose, I think.
Leyva, blood trickling down from the nose.
Oh.
Attacking combinations against the ropes is Leyva. Chavez putting together good combinations as Leyva gets off the ropes, but Leyva looking tired with less than 45 seconds to go in the 3rd round.
Yep, Leyva is looking tired.
Leyva in the corner takes a deep breath. He's not throwing any punches back. He's sticking out his tongue, but I think he's just being brave now.
Yeah.
He might be gassed here in the 3rd.
This is not going to go to 6 rounds. Oh, again with the straight right, or looping right.
Leyva trying to hold on. 10 seconds to go in the 3rd round. Is there starting to be some separation between Chavez and Leyva as we go to the 4th here on Golden Boy Fight Night?
And Leyva came back strong at the end.
All right, what do you see here, Ronnie, from your man Chavez?
They're both trading. You know, he's using that jab to close that distance. You see how he's not really putting too much power on that jab. He's just closing the distance just so he can do that. You know.
And that's the corner of Adrian Leyva, El Tiburon from Houston, Texas, via Cuba.
There's a little bump on his left-hand side.
Okay.
Yep, triple leg trickling.
No insole on it?
He was talking about rounds. What are they?
That's right above us in the corner.
Oh, they left the water bottle on there.
Coach Barajas, Frank Barajas working Jorge Chavez corner.
Yeah.
All right, head to the 4th. All right, so Jorge Chavez is a young man that Ronnie Rios found when he was an amateur. They used him as a sparring partner for you. Did you know that he had pro ability when you were sparring him?
Yes. Yeah, I did, because, you know, when you're sparring with somebody, you can kind of tell yourself, oh, you know, this guy does this guy does that. Sometimes when you spar somebody from the amateur ranks, you're like, okay, yeah, this guy has that amateur style. He didn't.
And you brought him back for multiple camps?
We brought him back like once or twice, I think, yeah.
Okay.
A few times. You know, and that's one of the things that my hat goes off to George and his coach, Frank. They're willing to drive from San Diego to Orange County to get an hour or two's worth of work. So, you know, their dedication is there.
All right, now we're seeing it.
He's
In
walking
his fourth
down.
pro fight in San Diego in his backyard. Literally, a lot of tickets sold, a lot of Jorge Chavez Niño Dorado shirts in the crowd here at Pechanga Arena in San Diego, working our way towards the main event of JoJo Diaz, Camarón Zepeda. At top of the hour on DAZN, you will see Hector Valdez, Max Ornelas. But right now, it's a good battle in the fourth round. Now we're seeing boxing.
Oh, nice hook. See, if I was George right now, what I would do is I would jab downstairs just to get his attention there. Do it once, twice, maybe 3 times, and explode with that overhand right to the top of the head.
Let's see if
Because his
George
hands
Chavez
down,
sees
yeah.
it.
Yeah, you know.
Because the hands down?
The hands down, yes.
The left one?
So, yeah, so if you go to, if George jabs into the body, the other guy's going to think, okay, if he does it once, does it twice, maybe 3 times, he's going to be like, okay, he's just jabbing to the body. And then you explode because his attention is focused on his body.
Yeah, the work rate is definitely slowed down for the Cuban.
Yeah.
Adrian Leyva.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just looking for the big shot?
No, maybe he's just trying to finish the fight. Because, you know, even that jab he just threw right now, it wasn't a jab to hurt him. It was a jab to keep him from coming in.
Leyva's last fight, September 16th in San Felipe, unanimous draw. Before that, at MSG Theater in New York, he lost in the 6th round. He was stopped by Bruce Carrington. Now, they came out like sprinters in the first round, knocking each other down. Now the pace is slowed down to middle distance runners.
Yep. This is where it turns into a marathon instead of a sprint.
This is something you were saying in the back about you spar 4-minute rounds, huh?
Sometimes we mix it up. We spar either 3, 4-minute rounds, and then you take a 15-second break in between each round.
That way you would get this kind of like.
Yeah. You can't do it all the time because you know you can't.
But you're training your lungs to suffer, right? To burn.
That conditioning to come in, and then afterwards we would go into. I think he thinks the fight's over or something.
No, Leyva's he's trying to work the crowd.
Okay, maybe he's trying to hype himself up.
Because he knows everybody's here for Chavez.
Yeah, probably trying to irritate everybody or something.
There might be one Cuban in the crowd for Leyva.
Bump, no inswell on that bump.
Ronnie, you've been in spots where the crowd's been against you?
Yes.
Do you hear that?
No, you don't.
No?
You really don't, because sometimes you're just listening to your coach, and you know, there'll be times when they announce you that you hear it, but not when you're in the fight.
All right, all right. What about when everybody in the crowd is there for you? You know that feeling.
Yeah, you know that feeling. You just feel that. You just feel the vibration from all the scream on your body.
Do they give you a little boost?
No, I mean they could, but you know, I'm the type of fighter that you have to.
Okay, right now when they're starting to yell Chavez, would you
maybe
hear that?
Yeah, you'll hear that. Yeah, and it could inspire him, but you know, you gotta have that drive from deep down in. You gotta tell yourself, okay, you know what, I gotta finish strong. I want to look impressive in my hometown. Which he's trying to. It's just hard to fight somebody that's moving around and just trying to survive.
Yeah, Leyva in the white and red, if you're just joining us right now, with a record of 3-3-2,
See,
1 KO.
I'm telling you, if we were to overhand right, I think that would be very effective. Like right there, but aim for the body.
That's what Leyva wants to do. He wants to trade with you upstairs. He wants to slug it. So the last 2 rounds, it looked like Leyva might have taken him off, trying to get his win back, and now he's being aggressive here in the 5th.
He has 8 fights, so he has more experience than George, obviously.
Jorge Chavez said he wanted tough challenges. He wanted a battle. Well, here you go. Roberto Diaz, Golden Boy matchmaker, likes the young man. He said, let's see what you're all about. Chavez doesn't lack for confidence, without a doubt. Very confident in his ability. You got to get through these battles to take to the next level. Jorge Chavez, I met him a year ago. He had his own auto detailing business. Now he's leveling up. He's working in finance. Also looking maybe some real estate, just like you, Ronnie. And he's a young man who's like, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to stay home and read books. So he's evolving at the age of 22.
Getting that brain too, you know.
And it looks like he's evolving as a fighter as he's controlling this round.
Controlling the fight, you know, and it's very impressive to see because he did get knocked down first.
And hard.
And hard. And you always, as an undefeated fighter, you want to see how they're going to react. And to me, he's reacting in a good way.
Yeah, we're seeing boxing now.
Boxing, but a little bit of pressure, you know, okay, you know, you got hit, but it's okay to get hit. A little bit of pressure.
And they both had shots.
And you know what's weird is right now I was paying attention to Leiva's corner, and they were saying uppercut, and that's exactly what he just hit him with.
So look for an uppercut from Leiva.
Yeah,
it's open for him.
that's what his coach was telling him, and he just landed it right now.
So the uppercut is open for
Uppercut,
Leiva.
yeah, they kept saying uppercut, but
Final seconds of the fifth. Started off as a slugfest. The last couple rounds we've been boxing. What will we see in the sixth and final round between Chavez and Leiva in San Diego? Oh, they both go back to the corner side.
you know, I know Chavez is gonna want to finish strong. I just hope he doesn't come forward and get reckless and get shot with and get hit with a good shot.
And thank you to everybody who's been watching on the Golden Boy YouTube page. Appreciate it. See the comments coming through. Excellent commentary from the fans here tonight.
Been a great card so far, and it's only gonna get better with these fights. I'm telling you. JoJo and Zepeda, Fight of the Year candidate right there.
That'll be the main event at
That's
5
gonna be
o'clock.
Fight of the Year candidate, guys. If you guys can tune in. It's gonna be Fight of the Year potential right there.
At 5 o'clock, we got Dallas, Texas, Hector Valdez. Las Vegas, Max Ornelas. That's going to open up the DAZN broadcast. Our sixth and final round. I didn't think we were going to get here after the way the first round went out with fireworks.
I'm surprised.
But what will Leiva do? He's in the white and red. Can Chavez, who's made adjustments.
Oh, well, there's the overhand right I told you about.
He's made adjustments, but he hasn't really controlled the fight too much.
No.
But that's the part about being 3-0. The wrinkles that you're going to learn in your game as you move forward.
Can't knock all of them out, and you know you're gonna come through. You're gonna come through some rough patches like he did early on. But
Leiva looks like he's just going for a knockout.
Yeah, right now, and it looked like he kind of.
Oh,
he's
he's
bleeding.
cut. Chavez is bleeding from the left eye. He got hit with the right hook. It busted the eye of Chavez here in the sixth and final round. Is Chavez just trying to survive this round? Does he think he's winning the cards?
No, maybe he thinks he's winning in that cut.
Is that a good strategy?
That's his fight too. It depends. I would put a little bit more punches together. You don't want to give this round completely away, but obviously we don't know how that cut's affecting him. We don't know if it's going in his eye, because it is bleeding pretty.
It's right in the spot.
It's bleeding pretty profusely right now.
Good for him that it's just the sixth round.
Yeah, and this is the last round.
Final.
So yeah, it's bleeding pretty bad.
Chavez has had to battle tonight in his fourth pro fight. Got knocked down in the first, now cut in the sixth. Looked like he might have taken control in the fight of the middle rounds. But Leiva, who has the heavy hands.
Oh, nice body shot. Finishing strong. See, like Leiva's shaking his head, but it's not really doing anything for the judges, you know?
A minute to go in the fight. The pro Chavez crowd, close to 500 tickets sold by the young man, are making noise for Niño Dorado Jorge Chavez. San Diego, a good fight city. Great place to host a spot. Golden Boy coming to the 619 for JoJo Diaz and Cameron Zepeda. with Jorge Chavez, Adrian Leyva putting on a show here.
No bad seat in the house either.
Zeppelin's been here. Elvis has been here. The Grateful Dead have been here. Legendary arena in San Diego. Final seconds of the fight. Chavez, Leyva, they both went down in the first. We didn't think he was going to go the distance, but he does. As Jorge Chavez, Adrian Leyva get the crowd on their feet. They both smile, sportsmanship between the Mexican and the Cuban, and it'll go to the judges' scorecards. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens.
Both coaches, both corners think their fighter won, so we'll see.
Thanks to everybody watching on the Golden Boy YouTube stream. The comments, always good from the fans. A couple out there too that, suspect, but the rest of them were solid. Hardcore fight fans watching got a good show from Jorge Chavez and Adrian Leyva. Let's look at the highlights from this fight. It was fireworks to start it off. Early in the first, it was Adrian Leyva. Boom! Right hand, Ronnie Rios. And then Chavez answered back.
No, that was the same one, right? And that's when I was speaking good about him too. And then he comes back. No, that was a slip, and then he comes back. It was an overhand right that they can see, and I kept telling you, you should land the overhand right. He needs to land the overhand right.
And more highlights from the fight. Chavez was able to figure some things out in the middle round. That was a slip. More highlights from it. Chavez working the crowd. This is a battle that usually when you're 3-0, Ronnie, you don't get these kind of fights.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, and that's the one thing about Golden Boy that they always match you. They match you tough. Yeah. They want to see what you're worth, and as they should.
And this day and age where fighters are battling to get on cards.
Yeah.
If you say no, somebody's going to say yes. And Chavez is not a Golden Boy fighter. He's fighting on a Golden Boy show, but he's not signed with Golden Boy. He's trying to open up the eyes of matchmakers and also Eric Gomez, president, and Oscar De La Hoya to see what this young man has. They gave him a tough opponent, Adrian Leyva. They both knocked each other down in the first. Let's see what the judges say.
And now, fight fans here from Pechanga Arena. How about a huge round of applause for both of these warriors here in the ring. And now we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. Judge Carla Cais scores his contest 59-55. Judge Jack Reese scores his contest 58-56. And Judge Fernando Villarreal has this bout 60-57 to the winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated from San Diego, California, George El Niño Dorado Chavez.
El Niño Dorado. Unanimous decision for Jorge Chavez. He's now 4-0. We will be speaking with Dorado, and Adrian Leyva falls to 3-4-2. Let's look at our fight card. What we had for you. Don't go anywhere. We will be interviewing Jorge Chavez, but let's look at the way the fight started today. Ace Stevens, the Hawaiian, unanimous decision. Benito Salvatierra had a battle with Robert Ledesma. That went 4 rounds, but Westside Boxing gets the victory. Yaphet Lee Lamido with a first-round KO of a tough gatekeeper in Pablo Cruz. And the fight we just saw right now, Jorge El Niño Dorado Chavez beating Adrian El Tiburon Leyva A unanimous decision. Had to work for it, had to really battle. It was a fight that he wanted, he got it, but my goodness, I don't know if we expected that much of a battle for a kid making his 4th pro fight. Oh, top of the hour, we will go to DAZN, so that's where you need to watch the rest of the fights tonight. The main event, JoJo Diaz Jr. and Camarón Zepeda. Back here ringside, Beto Duran alongside former title contender Ronnie Rios. And now the pride of San Diego, the pride of Tijuana, El Niño Dorado, Jorge Chavez. All right, here you go. Basic question. How do you feel?
I feel great. I didn't expect to go to war with this guy, but you know, he brought out the best of me. He made me figure out that there's still more room to improve.
All right, you get dropped for the first time in the first round. How did you react?
It just feels like a light switch. You know, I just turned back the light, got back to work.
That's good. And what message would you tell your fans listening on you today?
I hope you guys, you know, enjoyed the show. You know, tonight the fans won, and there's still the co-main event. My friend Alexis Rocha, he's still about to put on a show for you guys, so stay tuned.
You answered back in that first round. You dropped him. You go back to your corner. What did Coach Barajas tell you, man? Because I know you weren't expecting a firefight.
Well, I can't say bad words, but it's a lot of bad words in there. He just said, get back to work. What are you doing? And I got straight back to work. I don't, like I said, light switch, turn back the light, get back to work.
All right, now this is a young man who's 3-0. You're battling. You're going after here. I saw you last year. You made your debut at the Honda Center. You were the first fight. You're working your way. You brought a crowd here to San Diego. You said you wanted to put on a show, and people kept calling you for tickets. They wanted more and more and more. I think after tonight, more people want to see you. How much pride do you have in representing the 619, especially with the City Connect colors?
I have a lot of pride. Like I said, I was not very known here in San Diego, but you best believe I'm putting my name out there like nobody else.
It's good. Congratulations. You really showed what kind of fighter you are by getting up from the floor and flooring him, and then finishing the fight strong. So congratulations. You know, it's time to enjoy this win, but come back on Monday or Tuesday. It's time to learn from your mistakes and improve and getting better for the future fights.
Yes, I appreciate that, Ronnie.
Yeah.
That means a lot coming from my stableman, who's currently retired, but I learned from the best.
All right, so see how professional these two were right now? Let me give you the backstory. Ronnie found him when he was an amateur. They were sparring together. So it was hard for Ronnie to be neutral today. He did a good job. But go ahead, be happy for your friend.
I am happy for him, like I said.
But stop being unprofessional.
No, like I said, going into the fight, you said his opponent was very, very tough. You had told me he's very tough. And I said, okay, and sure enough, it was a tough fight, but he came out victorious. He showed what kind of fighter he is. Most fighters, when they get knocked down early on, they panic. He didn't panic. He came back up and knocked him down and finished the fight stronger. That's why I told you when you said, oh, it's a close fight. And I was like, it is a close fight, but I had Chavez winning.
And Chavez gets his 4th victory. There's your camera. Go ahead. Final words, Jorge Niño Dorado Chavez.
If you guys want to keep up with me,
hold on.
If you guys want to keep up with my career, you guys make sure to follow me on Instagram, official Chavez 619, and I'll keep representing the city how it's supposed to be. Thank you guys. Much love.
Y en español, la de gente de Tijuana.
Para mi gente de Tijuana, el Niño Dorado va a regresar a México en unos años con el título de campeón mundial. ¡Vámonos!
The main event tonight, Joseph Diaz Jr., Camarón Zepeda. Let's check out the hype video for our main event tonight on DAZN.
You know, sometimes this life can get rough. You get knocked down, but you gotta get up. Keep going. I'd have been knocked down 1,000 times, yeah, I traveled around 1,000 miles, feeling so tired, but I can't stop now. Came way too far, won't throw in the towel. It ain't looking real good, but I won't give up. Pac said that I gotta keep my head up, so I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm standing right here. Demons all around, but I ain't got no fear.
You know what time it is, man? We ain't playing, we coming to flip some feathers.
Deep, I'm on my feet, the underdog, and I won't be beat. In the fight now, but I won't be.
He does not stop throwing punches. No, he doesn't stop coming, pressuring, cutting off the ring.
JoJo Diaz get off on what he does best is combination punches, left and right, hooks. Right.
Don't give up now, yeah, you gotta climb. Go and give it to all until the end.
The main event on DAZN later on tonight from Pechanga Arena in San Diego, California. 619, America's finest city. You'll see a battle between Joseph Diaz Jr., South El Monte, and El Camarón Zepeda from Mexico. Beto Duran and Ronnie Rios. Ronnie, we've had 4 fights total. Good battles. We're going to have 4 more tonight. Hector Valdez, Max Ornelas kicks it off at the top of the hour. We had wins tonight, and Japhet Lee Lamido had the knockout. Asa Stevens, Jan Salvatierra, and that's the victory that you had on the undercard. So for everybody that helped out behind the scenes on Golden Boy Fight Night, Luis running the production truck, and everybody involved, Bobby D here ringside, thank you so much. Ronnie, this is the first time you've ever done a broadcast. How'd you feel?
It was great, man. It was a good experience working with you and the crew. It was awesome watching some great fights that are only going to lead to even more entertaining fights later on in the future. So it's gonna be good.
All right, and Ronnie now can take off the turtleneck. His brother, Alexis Rocha, is going to be the co-main tonight, so he'll be walking out with Lex as he takes on Tijuana's Ricky Perez. Then the women, also the IBF battle in the flyweight division. Argentina's Leonela Yudica takes on Areli Musino. Of course, opening up the broadcast at the top of the hour on DAZN, Hector Valdez Jr., Max Ornelas. For more features and more coverage behind the scenes tonight, make sure you follow the Golden Boys social media accounts, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook, for all you need to know. For everybody behind the scenes, and Oscar De La Hoya, Eric Gomez, President of Golden Boy, I'm Beto Duran. See you at the top of the hour on DAZN.
What he does best is combination punching, left and right hooks. Right there. Combination work. Nice
JoJo Diaz, who did everything tonight.
He does not stop throwing punches. No, he doesn't stop coming, pressuring, cutting off the ring.
Joseph JoJo